But you guys finished up your diving into the Knowledge Falls library, each of you being fairly successful to lots of good rolls of identifying something that you were interested in, or at least finding something peripherally interesting to you in the goals that you are searching for. You conversed with some of the librarians. You had a night's rest, everybody getting a full long rest. You got your wave launcher harpoon thing, missile launcher ridiculousness. And eventually started to discover a forest fire had been creeping up, probably from the forest fire thing that you guys had heard about a couple of days ago, and not yet addressed. And it finally reached your way, and you Scooby-Dooed the group, half of you going through the waterfall at the top of the library space, to go to the other side, and discovered a spiritual repository of sorts, where different little motes of light were coming across from the 4 different deities that you had become aware of, and each one of them represented in a different shade of blue, falling into the pool, and then like a little mote of energy falling into the pool and then becoming a spirit. Nora dive-bombed into the water and was tickled and touched by the spirits. And the 3 of you that went in there are wholly unsure of what it is that you've discovered. The other 2, Shamus and Leo, rushed off in the other direction to fight the fire. The 3 that went through the waterfall, you were trying to find these kind of like water wizards that you'd been starting to hear little tidbits and pieces about. And now we come back to the space here where you guys come upon a scene where creatures of fire elementals and little imps and wasps with hellfire in their bellies are attacking what Leo understands as natural denizens of the mountain of the Ripple Mountain, that are kind of in this safe haven kind of space of water. And as they fight, things on both sides die, and one of the snakes wraps itself around one of the water elementals and transforms itself into a different creature entirely. So we begin the day back with combat. And Shamus, did you take your last turn before we left off last week? Because I've got you skipped, and I don't remember if that's appropriate or not.
I don't know.
I feel like it is your turn.
Yeah, because I feel like I stopped things at the base. Oh, no, it's not your turn. I think we are at the top of the initiative, but the top of the initiative happens to be...
And yeah, this
Quentin,
guy.
with his new blister coil weird, which you guys have no idea what the name is. But this creature of liquid bubbling fire that's been forcibly infused into the elemental of water and come out the other side being a seemingly unstable looking hybrid of the 2. And so, Quentin,
Oh boy.
you are up first, my friend.
Remind me, when this formed, it was just chaotic. It was looking to attack anything around, right?
I believe so.
Okay. So, with that being said...
Oh, and this wasp is no longer grappled because the water elemental that was grappling it is now one half of this new creature.
And And some of our players are like playing the monsters right now because just to keep everybody entertained. Because otherwise, Leo and I will just drag this out.
Yeah.
So,
Casey and I, Leo and I. Will
Do
You
I
have to
have
say
two
with the accent.
weirds on here?
yeah, that's why I was a little confused. I thought it was just this guy.
Oh, my
up
bad.
here.
That's weird.
Yeah, I think I had a second dude, like in the background on reserve, and I just got confused about which one I was using. So we'll go with the one that's currently selected.
Okay, so he's only got one move.
So after like a big gout of steam, as these two elementals merge, this bubbling, ridiculous creature starts to look around.
Did you give me? Okay.
I gave you a loaded bomb, is what I gave you.
Yeah. So he's just gonna straight up go and attack this wasp since it looks like the most intimidating and the first thing it sees.
Okay.
For 21.
Yeah, that'll hit. Go ahead and deal the damage there.
Okay. Oh my.
And Kiki, feel free to ask any questions you have about the VTT as we're running through.
Are you guys rolling from D20 or from D&D Beyond?
Nope, we're rolling from Foundry VTT. So, Quentin, will you share your screen, please? So she can follow along with what you're doing.
Sorry, I've never used this system.
Oh, unless that messes up with the
yeah, I've
stream.
got weird
Okay.
setup, so someone else can.
Okay, cool. Somebody else, will you stream your screen so that Kiki can watch? Also, Lily, hi. We did the recap. We're in the battle. We have a new sixth player. Her name is Kiki. There's more than one girl in the group.
Yeah, I'm not
Finally.
alone.
Okay, so to answer your question, Quentin has right-clicked and targeted this wasp, and then like double-clicked into his creature and selected one of the abilities that are listed inside of its sheet, and then it's auto-calculating things like saving throws and armor class and whatnot like that. And so he successfully hits, and then he chooses to do damage, and it automatically applies damage and subtracts from the health. Holy crap, man.
Yeah, you gave me a loaded bomb, Morgan.
I gave you a loaded bomb. This is going to be great. TPK right now. Okay. So,
Nothing to help them.
let's see here. I have to bring this monster up. I am
I'm making
admittedly
sure I'm
a
not
little...
missing anything with this.
Yeah, I am admittedly slightly behind because Kiki and I did an impromptu character creation today. So give me a moment while I pull up some monster stats. What are these things actually called? There we go.
Didn't we still have one friendly alive? Like one of the turtle guys that was like hiding in the water?
Yes, there is one friendly water elemental left. He is just submerged and invisible at the moment.
Okay.
I completely forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
It
Okay.
doesn't have a multi-attack, does it? Because that's really going to be broken if it does.
Oh, yeah, it shouldn't have done that much damage.
Where is it?
That's what I was wondering about. It's doubling up.
Wait,
Everything from that attacks section, it's combining all of it.
it did the bludgeoning. I don't know where the +3 is coming from. And then the fire +2d. What?
Yep, so here, let me modify the stats here.
I'm going to say that was really
It's basically
overpowered.
adding versatile damage in automatically. Okay. So I'm going to give that wasp those 27 points of health back, and go ahead and deal damage to it one more time.
Okay.
And it should just do what is proper now.
Bam. Attack. Should I add in the fire damage that goes with it, or will it add it in automatically?
It should be doing the bludgeoning damage and the fire damage together.
Okay.
It's just not adding in the additional stuff. Okay, just hit the damage portion.
Oh.
I think you can do that.
Oh yeah, it
Since
does
you're
right
split
here.
through it.
+3 +2d6. All that fun stuff. That's better.
Okay, cool. All right, it didn't do it, unsurprisingly, because we were messing with things. So you walk up and just the big like bubbling fiery arm just smacks straight across the Hell Wasp's face. But the Hell Wasp is immune to fire damage, so it doesn't take that portion. Okay.
I rolled a 1 on bludgeoning damage. Really?
Mm-hmm.
A 1 and a 6 on fire. Jeez.
Yeah. Okay, so that's that for the Blister Coil's turn. Shamus, you are up. Also, just for reference, this water elemental right here is an illusion that is being controlled by our darkly friend Shamus.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I would just have the water elemental Slurpee just like make menacing motions towards all of the creatures around him, like he's gonna fight all of them and maybe none of them all at once, and nobody really knows. And ultimately, I'm just like stalling.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that
I can't not see a wiggly guy like in front of a gas station or a car wash. It's like every time. That's the only thing I think of.
it's part of the face of the token, and then yeah, obviously the discussion. But yeah, he moves a lot like that, I think.
Yeah,
But
it's the face and it's like the floppy looking arms that go with it.
but really menacing. You know, like you're coming out of the tire store and it's like all up in your face and won't leave you, kind of a thing. That's
Right,
what
like
that's what he's doing.
like it's a strong wind and it's just going sideways as you come out.
Yeah, but the wind's like following you. It's like campfire smoke that won't go away. Just like really like in your personal space.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll an intimidation check for Shamus, since he's the one that's controlling this.
I'm pretty good at that. 16?
16. Wow, you are pretty good at that. Nice. Okay. The metallic looking dwarf man is definitely focusing on the water elemental at this point.
Oh yeah.
Bring it, fireman. As my bonus action, I would just hide again or just continue to hide. I don't know if it would have like taken any motions or anything to make that happen, but I can move and bonus action hide again, or I don't know how you want to play that out.
With who you are, you don't need to redo it. However, you are nearby some burning brush. So go ahead and roll me a D100 just to see if the fire chances upon disturbing you. 46. I'm going to say right now you have a 30% chance of the fire coming in and bothering you. With 46, you're fine. So you can continue to stay in the same place.
Excellent. Then yeah, I'll just hang out here. I'll maybe like hold my hand up to my ear real subtly, of course. And look over at Leo and say, if we need to bug out of here, just let me know.
All right. Next up is the watery elemental. He's going to come back over about 5, 10, 15. What's his range? Forgot to pull up his stats. I pulled up all the monsters, or all the All the fire guys, not the water guy. He's got a 10-foot reach, so he's gonna scooch a little bit closer over here. He's going to attack this dude and use his constrict ability. Those two kind of watery looking whiskers on his face lash out, attempting to wrap the creature up, but it sees them coming and just like jumps directly out of the way and completely avoids the grapple and just it fades back into the water 5, 10, 15 feet and disappears once more, just going completely in and out guerrilla tactics style. Okay, next up is the little fire impy dudes, which is Lily's go? Is that right? Or are you playing?
I'm the Azure.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I'm the commander.
Okay, cool. In that case, let's see here. All right, Kiki, you get to control these tiny little fire imps. I just gave you permission, so you should be able to move them around and whatnot. If you click into their, if you double click on them, it will bring up their character sheet. You can see all the stats on the left and the skills in the middle and some of their details on the right. The features will give you the information about what they do. Also, just for reference, so it's a little easier to read and understand, here is the link to that character, or to that monster.
Okay.
So these little fire guys are hostile to the water elementals and the two players that showed up, including this little orange guy.
You can't see the
There's
ones
all
farthest north.
3 of these guys. So
Yeah, they each get their own separate turn. So right now, if there's one of them that has like a little disc spinning around him. He's the guy that's currently active.
okay. And I can just how do I move him? Because when I click on it, it moves everything. It's moving like all of them. See?
Oh, interesting. They're all clones of the same object. So, let me fix that.
There we go.
Oh,
And
you got
this
it?
is one of our guys.
Yeah, that's one of your guys.
All right. So I
He's
just
kind of like
right-click
your
on him.
your leader at the moment.
Oh, one of the imps guys. I thought that was
Yeah,
a player
so-
character.
Yep. Nope. So that dude's a little. So
Okay.
you have these 3 things that are currently on Team Fire.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Learning the system. All right. Let's just surround this guy then, and then I just right click and.
Yeah. So right click, and then you'll see kind of several controls show up. You want the one kind of in the bottom left that looks like 2 circles inside of each other, and that
I see.
gives you a target. So you're currently targeting yourself, which is not what you want. So you do want to target the little
This guy's a
slightly
little.
transparent dude up above you. Yeah.
I'm trying to click on it. Is it not working?
If you
Right-click,
right
double
click
right-click.
twice, you have
Oh,
double
twice.
right click.
Ah, I see.
Oh, that's right. Targeting is different for the DM and the players. I keep forgetting that.
All right, and then once I've targeted him,
You can either double click into your character sheet and go to the features, and you can click on the fiery touch, or in the upper left hand side, there's 2 swords that are crossed that are purple, and that brings up like a different, like kind of a. There you go.
okay.
Yeah, perfect. So you reach out with like a little flaming hand, just like slap this thing, and it goes straight through because it is an illusion. And the illusion's kind of broken on those who have immediate attention on this. They know that it is something that is intangible. So I would say the Hell Wasp that is currently fighting the weird is attention. His attention is had, like, so he doesn't notice that. But I'd say
this guy does, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say the imp that just went, the Azir, and I'm gonna roll for this guy up here, will you please roll a perception check, Kiki? Just which way is he facing and paying attention is basically what we're talking about. Was he able to see that interaction or no?
I just
Open up your character sheet and click on the word perception.
Oh, normal roll.
And
Okay.
then,
Yeah. Nope.
No.
He's really focused on Tiny Turtle Tim here. So he doesn't know. So these three, so Imp 1, Imp 2, and the Fiery Dwarf, they all know that this thing is an illusion. And Dowling, go ahead and give me a perception check on your second wasp on the bottom for the same reasons.
Oh, he's so perceptive. Most perceptive of all.
Got +6, right?
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, you notice that thing is fake.
Our internet rolls are kicking ass.
Yep. Okay, so let's see. This is your starting location, Kiki. It's this kind of bluish box that shows where you started from, and then you've got a measurement tool very similar to Roll20. So you've moved 15 feet. You have 30 feet left if there is some other place you would like to go.
For that guy, I didn't see how many attacks they get. They only get one attack. Sorry, they only get one attack, so...
Yeah, just one attack. These guys are simple little creatures.
Yeah, I'll just have that guy stay there for now, sorry. Yeah,
Okay,
I'll have him stay there for now.
All right, Lily is up for the Molten Dwarf.
So knowing now that it's not real
Mm-hmm.
and seeing something go right through it, can I go through it?
Yeah, likely. Hypothetically.
Hypothetically speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Touch my toesies through. I'm gonna whack.
Okay, you're gonna walk through it and target Kenji?
Yeah.
All right. Go for it. That flaming warhammer coming out. Striking down. Yeah, 23 hits a little bit.
Okay. I don't know how this works.
Okay, I think you probably just did it. Yep, because Kenji is now injured.
However, Kenji is... Oh, I guess Kenji's resistant to fire, but that was bludgeoning damage, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I have a heated weapon, which says when I hit with a metal melee weapon, it deals an extra 1d6 fire.
yeah, and are you currently rocking your shield, or are you two-handing your warhammer?
I think I'm just one hand.
Okay, cool. So you have
So I think that's
you have that full armor class going on, and he does take. Yeah, I don't like the way that they said this. The flaming warhammer is the warhammer is clearly flaming, even when he's wielding it one-handed. Go ahead and deal 1d6 fire damage, and you should be able to keep that target and do heated weapon and roll damage, and have apply to Kenji. There you go. So you got a 6, reduced down to 3. So yeah, it hits Kenji, and there's a bit of steam that comes off of just like his naturally wet body, and yeah, you successfully target him. Anything else? You've moved 10 feet.
I think that is it. I don't, because he
Okay.
can only do one attack. Yeah, so I think.
Yes, you can. Most of these are not powerful creatures, so they are a little bit simple at the moment, which is good news for our heroes on the map. Less interesting for those who are trying to kill our heroes.
Yeah.
So, Leo, you are up next, sir.
So, I'm pretty sure that seeing this weird mutated monster thing, I am very interested in it, but I'm also worried about everything going on.
Probably.
I think I want to challenge it, but I don't know if I can challenge it mid-battle. I've never tried that. That would be a weird thing.
Oh, interesting. It does seem to be, healthy for whatever it is. You can challenge things mid-battle, and you've done that before. You do know that the healthier they are, the more difficult they are to contest.
I was thinking the same, so I will hold off for now, but I'm thinking that in the back of my mind. And for now, I'll probably fire my cannon at it.
Okay, go for it.
I think I was just firing my crossbow, right? Or how did we do
yeah,
that?
I think it amounted to that. So yeah.
Yeah. Hold on, wrong one. There we go. Attack.
Okay, you do miss it. You launch it, and it's like kind of amorphous head kind of turns to you, like as it hears like as the bolt like launches in, and you see it's like liquefied body just scooch out of the way. And from the direction that you're at, we'll go ahead and say there is another bolt. Oh, come on. Let me copy it. There we go. About there. As it flies kind of slightly. Also,
right.
Quentin, I just gave you a second attack option that should treat your attacks properly.
Yeah.
Okay, so the bolt goes out from the launcher. Slot number 3 out of 9, the giant harpoon with the magical, like, tethered water webbing launches out, sinks into the ground. All 3 of those strands kind of like coming back to you. Does not connect.
All right, so this time he's gonna step over a little bit, and he's gonna try to line himself up between, or basically the wasp is behind this guy. And he's gonna take another shot and hope that if he misses, he hits the wasp.
Okay, sure. If he misses, I'll give the wasp half cover on his AC.
Cool.
But there's still a chance you hit him.
And roll.
I think that'll hit.
That's
All right.
it.
18. Nice. Okay, so go ahead and deal the damage. Whatever I said that damage was.
Yeah. Do we remember? Let me see if I wrote it down here in my note.
Ah.
I don't think I did. You definitely said what it was.
Yeah. Have you dealt damage thus far with that?
I feel like we did talk about it last time, and I think I might
Yeah.
have already dealt damage. Can we
I'm looking through
scroll
the
up
history to see.
yeah. See what we did? I feel like it was 3d6, but I don't know why. It's something like that.
Got Leo dealing
I see.
2d8 bludgeon or 2d8 piercing plus 3d4 cold damage. I think it is.
Yeah, cool. All right, so
Alright,
2d8 piercing plus what was it?
3d4 cold damage.
I think that's how you do it. No.
Slash R. And then you can also do the square brackets piercing. I mean, it's not really going to do much, but
I know. That's what I thought.
but it's
Anyways.
fun.
Morgan, just out of curiosity, that weapon is magical, correct?
Yes, it is.
Jeez. Dash R, you said?
Slash R and then space and then your
And
details.
then okay. A lot of ones.
Wow. That is bad.
Awful.
Okay, so 9 points going into this thing.
It's 3 ones.
Seven's
I think it's
halved,
4.
Morgan.
Yeah, 3 ones. What's that?
7's halved. Cold.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So as it goes in, like that watery burst, some of it just kind of like rolls off. Does not deal as much as you think it would. So it is resistant to cold damage. So I'm giving it back 4 HP. And there is now a net of tethers. All of them, all 4 of those locations are like linking back to Leo. I need the 2 imps and as he's moved and things drag towards him, I need the 2 imps in the center and the fire dwarf all to make dexterity saving throws for me, please. For how strong I'm making this weapon, I should not have given this to you guys for 200 gold.
Thank you.
To be
Yeah,
fair,
you're
Leo
welcome.
was rolling really well that day.
I was.
Yes, he was. And you guys saved his niece, so. Alright, how are we doing on those dex saves for the dwarf and everything? Oh, where is the dwarf? Oh, I'm gonna scooch this guy over because we're overlapping now. So as Leo runs over the strands, the magical strands that are connected between the launcher and these strings, like slide by and are attempting to like intercept each of these fire creatures with stuff. All right, that guy failed bad. Which one was that? Was that top
That
or
was
bottom?
the southern one, the bottom one.
Okay, gotcha. So we're gonna keep that 3D, or we're gonna keep that 7 from Leo's previous roll. Yeah, that one's also bad. Those both fail. So let's see here. Not vulnerable to cold, so they both take a full. Oops. They both take a full 7 damage. Oh my gosh. The top guy only has 5 health total at being completely healthy. So, Leo, describe your clothesline of death for this dude.
Ooh, that sounds really fun. So yeah, like Leo's not even paying attention to that, but as he moves and tries to reposition, one of those cables comes and just from the ankle clotheslines that guy. He falls directly on his face and just dies.
Nice. Yep, just like a sharp wire, just cold versus fire, and like falls forward and like face plants into the same wire as Leo finally stops and just like splits down the middle.
Yeah.
Just turns into a pile of ash. Okay, and then need a dex save for the fire dwarf from Lily.
Morgan, this net, it's made of metal, right?
Yep, it is.
Dex save. 15.
15. Let's see here. What would the DC for this person be? It's not a 15. That's like a low-level spellcaster. So he's able to see it coming and he ducks down. And he does not get clotheslined. And the line is approximately going from Leo to kind of like over here. So it's more like this. It's out of the way now. He dodged it and it's moved past him, so he's not currently in danger of it. Okay. So that's Leo's go. Anything else for you, sir?
I'm just debating if I'm going to yell back at Shamus, because I'm still debating whether I want to keep going on this. But we'll just keep going.
Okay, sounds good. Kenji's up.
Yeah, Kenji's going to step back to get a little bit closer to Leo.
Okay, the dwarf has the opportunity attack.
Oh yeah, you're right. Actually, let's see. Hold on, where was he? Go back.
He's right there.
There we go. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Kenji's gonna try to step back, get a little bit closer to Leo. He can get the attack of opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
But he's gonna try to get, and I haven't done this in a minute. Hold on. Yeah, he's gonna try to get these guys in his torrent breath attack. Cool. So we can do the attack of opportunity now. I'm good because I can get them both from this angle.
Well, I'm gonna scooch Kenji back down just so that the attack can be targeted.
He doesn't yell at you.
About range. So Lily, that's you on the attack of opportunity.
Oh, yes. Smash. Oh my gosh. Temporary HP. I need to hit my features.
And if you hit, go ahead and add a d6. Yep, you do hit. So in your situational bonus, to add 1d6 fire on the damage.
That one? I think I broke it. I think I broke it. I don't think that worked the way I wanted it to.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and click that, and oops, I can type. So, Kiki, welcome. This is a good day for you to join because everybody's playing with things that they don't normally play with.
It's a lot to the system.
Exactly. Okay, so that's going to be 2 bludgeoning damage plus 5, but the fire is reduced down to 2, so that's a total of 4 damage to Kenji. Leo, do you want to put that on? It did not apply.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay, cool. And then you can move and do your Torn of Breath. Yeah.
Q.
And,
Oh, it's so cool looking.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, if you... Is it selecting what the... Go ahead and scooch it around because you're not hitting the dwarf currently. Control
I don't know.
Scroll wheel. When you're on like the angle measurement item on the left.
An angled measurement item on the left.
Yeah, so the measurement controls.
Okay.
You should be able to click on that, and it's got you selected at the 0. If you highlight over like that little starburst thing, you should be able to like click or control scroll wheel it and see if you can adjust it to hit them properly.
Okay, I get you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you've got controls
Maybe.
over that.
I got it, and I
cool.
can
You're-
move it, but I can't twist it for some reason.
Okay, here,
Oh,
let me
I see it. There it is. It's twisting the. Weird.
here, let me move it onto Kenji. There we go. Yeah,
You
so
got it.
control.
I just gotta. You gotta do it for me. It won't.
Okay. Yeah, if
I'm
you
doing control scroll wheel, and that worked earlier, but it's not working now.
okay, yeah, there you go. If you do that, you do have them all. So if you hit the
Alright.
damage
Button.
thing, it should make them both roll their con saves. Yes, it did. The Azir succeeds, the
my
weird
gosh.
fails.
The Azir rolled a natural 20.
Wow.
Nice. Okay, so I'm gonna give him back a little bit of health there. So he took. I'm gonna give him back 4 health for a full-on one. He just puts his shield right in front of him, just blasts kind of to the side, not moving at all. But the weird gets. Ooh, interesting, Quentin. Based on that message that I just described to you, the weird gets pushed back 10 feet from this. What happens?
The wasp gets burned. As
Mhm.
the body kind of disforms from its kind of human shape, I guess you consider it.
Ish.
And the parts that hit the wasp begin to start to burn into it. As it
All right, so
moves.
go ahead and target the wasp and do that ability. So the liquid, so like the kind of humanoid shape. Imagine like the Terminator from Terminator 2, that liquid metal guy, but he's not cold, he's hot. He gets force blast splattered over the wasp and the wasp begins to burn. But the wasp doesn't care because it's immune to
Whoa.
fire.
So it takes 5.
Yeah. Yeah, that's happening. The two of you are in the same space, but that's about it. Okay, so that's Kenji's go. That was 10 feet of movement for Kenji. He's got a little more if he wants.
I think he's good right here between Leo and everyone else.
Okay, sounds good. And he just used his torrent breath, so it is no longer charged.
Yep. Well, we can do a reroll on this next turn, right?
Yep, exactly. Okay, so Hellwasp South, your go.
Hellwasp South.
Yep, that's how we roll around here. Dalan.
Sorry, I was doing the wrong thing there. It's the little guy down here. Scott. Oh yeah. We're moving. To
He's a big
kill
guy.
Kenji, I guess. The abominable thing died. Yeah.
You don't. Does he know that this is? I don't think
Yeah,
he
he
knows
knows.
that the.
Yeah,
Okay.
he knows that one's not real. Wait, where's the little? My thing's in black and white, so it's hard to figure out which ones are which right now.
Dang it, I'm muted right now, of course. Oh, this is the black and white wasp? I don't know why.
Yeah, they're all black and
Um,
white. Where'd this blister coil go? Did I lose it on the screen?
It's over
vision.
here. On top of your
Yeah,
other
so
wasp.
the blister coil got blasted by Kenji's torrent breath, and like molten metal or like molten boiling liquid basically like splattered across the wasp and started burning it, but the wasp is immune to fire, so okay.
Yes. Then I guess is this gonna be flanking? Oh, it's dead. Never mind.
No, it's not.
No, it's not dead. That's something
Oh,
else
that's the
that's
different
dead.
thing below it. Okay, there we go.
There's a lot of monsters. Sorry, I thought I had it
There's a
all
lot of
cleaned up.
things over there. Let's get here. I guess I'll get a little bit of flanking on.
Here. Yeah, we'll go like this, just so things can be targeted.
This blistery guy.
Yeah, technically he is being. Yeah, technically he is flanked. 'Cause
Unhappy.
he splattered over the face of your friend.
Let's see. Attack with the sting. Advantage him. Oh
Okay,
yeah, he's
15.
such a bad day.
Such a
Okay.
bad day. He just
Okay.
was built
Oh,
into
murder.
existence, and you're murdering him.
All right. So, Blister Carlisle does not care about your saving throw because he's immune to poison. But as you, so he's literally like covering your buddy. What did you roll? You rolled for the attack?
22.
A 22.
Wouldn't all
Okay,
that
because
be
it was such a high roll, you don't sting your friend. You target a blob that like kind of like starts to reform. You're able to sting it without impacting your buddy. So none of the piercing damage goes to the other guy. However, the thing is, how much, Quentin, did you add that damage?
I didn't do anything. I'm just sitting
No, the torrent breath was really big. That's what it was.
Wouldn't all of it be half though too? Piercing and fire.
Oh, that's a good point. Is it
Resistant.
magical? I think the Hell Wasp is magical.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
magical.
So
Sticky
full
orbs.
8 and then 5 fire.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and then the reducing on the fire damage. Let's see here. Yeah, geez, that was a really good roll.
Mm-hmm.
That was almost max damage, and the torrent breath was no joke either. So this thing's looking really hurt. As the wasp pumps in its like fire through its thorax and like out through its stinger, it pulls back with like a little molten drip coming off of it. And as it does, Quentin.
You watch it grow. It absorbs the fire and begins to grow one size larger.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes from medium to large.
It just begins to swell up, and I will now
You said the
bump it
wasp.
up to a 2x2.
The wasps are immune to fire, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so at this point, both wasps are in its space. If they were not immune to fire, they would begin to take damage.
Buzz finishing up his attack. We're going to Sword Talons.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if it's the silver. Yeah, hang on. What button do I press that button? Attack Piero.
Yeah, that'll hit. Buzz, bitches.
Buzz, die.
Yeah, it's dead.
Yeah. Slash into it, and it just falls to the ground. No longer stable.
Down
And-
3 hit points.
It's out of there.
Little overkill. Leo should get one of these things. They are awesome.
Yeah, you shouldn't have killed it.
Yeah.
Oh, the wasp.
Yeah,
I can't. The wasps are awesome.
The wasps
Yeah,
are so cool.
I think they're too
The
big
wasps
for
are
me.
great. Okay. Next up is the little fiery imp on the bottom.
Okay. Well, that thing's dead.
Mm-hmm.
He did not see that this was
An illusion. No, he's the he's the one that rolled pretty
a real
badly.
stupid one. Double click.
Mhm.
Actions. Come on. Just a little fiery touch, I think that is. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
And he
Oh,
was
sorry, I forgot to mention something. Yeah, so it does hit that water elemental very similar to last time, just the strike goes right through. He is now aware that it is an illusion. Let's see here. There was one thing that I forgot. Let's do. Okay, nope. Didn't really change anything thematically, but as the imp that Leo cut the ankles off of falls and dies, it explodes in like a little burst of flame. Within 10 feet, there's a little woof. And everything is immune to fire, so it doesn't really matter. But you guys do notice that happening.
Does my other wasp notice this now?
Okay, so that guy had his go. Hell Wasp New South is up.
Did he notice that other imp thingy attacked that water guy?
I don't know. Give me a perception check.
Normal. My wasps are kick-ass.
Shamus, what's your spell save DC?
A number? 15?
Unlikely. Nope. You don't know that thing's fake.
Off to kill the water.
That's a statement.
He's going to sting the shit out of it. Die. I guess I could do it at advantage, but it wouldn't matter any of the things.
Yep, it hits. Yep, now the wasp knows.
It's going to take its second part of his multi-attack and go kill Kenji.
Ah!
Alright, going for it. Okay, so that was the stinger. Now comes in the sword talons, giving the big old animation of 21 to hit. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm going to have to switch to normal dice because I'm killing my friends.
No, keep going, keep going.
Oh my god.
They can always retreat.
He has water on his head. He looks like a water thing.
Okay, sorry. Catching up on something. Okay, so 10 points of damage going into Kenji. Just slashing down like a talon like deep across his face, like going up from like basically his water bowl, like kind of cutting into it a little bit and sliding down past his beak. All right. Back up at the top is Shamus. Shamus, before you begin, give me a perception check.
Wrong. Wrong, guys.
I like the horns.
Guys.
That's fine. I didn't want to introduce any plot to you anyways.
Excellent.
You're very concerned about what's happening in front of you. Your peripheral vision is not happening right now.
Got smoke in your eyes.
I think because everybody knows that my illusion is an illusion at this point, I will, as like a free action, I'll pull out a dart from my arm holster. Is that the word? What's the word I'm looking for? Quiver. And I will use my sorcery magic to cast darkness on the dart.
Da-na-na, na-na-na.
No.
Darkness.
Darkness.
Okay. Let's see here. Sorry guys, gotta go into the background of things for a moment to do a thing.
I hate that the dwarf is still alive.
What dwarf?
The one you're controlling.
You hate that?
I hate those things.
Why?
I like him.
Because they hurt.
Will everybody please refresh Forge for me?
Ah, changing the probabilities on us, aren't you?
Oh,
Gonna reload
interesting.
and be a whole new screen.
My
Adding-
of color sight.
You were
You
like,
guys
wait.
told me go to 18.
Okay.
Were we supposed to see anything different?
Oh,
Yes, no.
Is it-
For me, it's just a blank screen of white that's moved in. A real, like, a lizard, I would say.
Ooh.
Yeah, you guys are now in the frozen tundra.
Wow!
Um,
What is the scenery?
Okay, cool. Shamus, so we go back to your turn. You cast darkness on your dart, and Leo and Kenji are enveloped in a pitch black circle. And from within your pitch black circle, you don't see the origin of this, but you hear a low grumbling sound. Like a growl. Like kind of off to your side.
Nice.
You instinctually know it's not pointed at you. Okay.
I note that. And then yeah, I don't think there. I mean, I would bonus action hide, I guess, again if I needed to, but I'm probably.
You're in magical darkness. You're auto hidden. Okay. Next up is my one monster that I get to run today. Woohoo!
All of mine been killed.
Oh no!
Should have played better.
You should have picked a.
Okay, this guy over here, he's going to attack one of the Hell Wasps.
Oh, no! Not my. What the hell?
And this is... Oh, I should have done advantage on the last one. So I'm doing advantage because this guy was in stealth. He's completely invisible, so...
That's good.
Still misses.
Up against the Hell Wasps.
18
misses?
What?
No.
Better than 18
What
misses.
has happened to these
They have a 19 armor class. They're the strongest things in the world.
Holy
Oh my
shit.
god.
Yeah, that is their natural
Wreaking
armor
havoc.
class.
I mean, it is really hard to hit a wasp.
And I guess they're very dexterous, and they've got armor, and so my little monster hides away and does the RTFA move.
Okay.
He's like, oh,
Slurpee,
shit.
Slurpee wouldn't be out there either. He would have slurped off somewhere.
Mhm.
Slurp, slurp, slurp.
Okay. All right, imps' turns. Yeah,
James,
there
pause,
is
Morgan.
there's a perfect sphere of like polished, absolute darkness that just.
And
randomly
they
showed
see
up.
no enemies.
Yep. Oh, real quick, Shamus, and at this point, Leo, go ahead and give me D100s to see if you are affected by the wildfire.
Roll.
Yeah, you're fine. It is currently at a 35% chance of being affected. It's going to bump up 5% every round.
Morgan Games also paused.
Yeah.
Don't tell me my business. Okay, little imp's turns.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see no enemies. But you do know that there is this, like, watery thing that keeps coming in and out, just and, like, disappearing again.
Just gonna move. Oh shit! I have control of all of them again.
How did you get rid of that last time?
You did.
I did?
Yeah, you did something.
I don't
If
think
you
I
have
did
both of them
anything.
selected, you try to unselect one of them.
If you drag and click your mouse in like an open space, it'll deselect whatever you have currently selected.
Ah,
So try that.
okay. It's
Yeah.
much simpler than I thought it'd be. All right, they're just gonna move up to the edge of the darkness and wait to attack.
just kind of going up and just like
Hold their
curiously,
attack
like-
or something to come out at them.
looking. Okay, yeah, you can hold your action to see if something comes out. Probably confused as hell. Okay, cool. Lily.
I can't see nothing.
Just run into the
no.
darkness.
Can I run up here and just start swinging?
Run and swing at the darkness? Absolutely.
What is the
You
intelligence
attack the
score of this?
darkness. I can't believe I actually get to say that in reality. Thank you, famous YouTube video.
I fight the darkness with my lighty up torch.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Which is very bizarre because your torch does give off a hype up. Your torch does give off light, and as soon as it, like, the head of it enters in, it's just like Just absolute no light whatsoever. Hi, Nessie girl.
Oh, Poochie.
Aww.
Oh, she got a diaper on.
Oh, diaper pup.
Mm-hmm. But it comes back out still lit. So go ahead and make an attack with disadvantage.
Why do I feel like Lily is channeling Pinky right now?
Listen here. Oh, no.
Targeting Pinky.
With a natural 2, go ahead and roll me a d6.
4.
Okay. Roll me a new attack against the wasp. As you
Hey.
No, you know what? It was a 7 total. It's not that bad. Never mind.
Oh, okay. I'll take back my. I retreat my hammer.
Okay. Leo, you are consumed in the dark. What are you doing?
Oof. Blind shots. I'm taking 2 blind shots towards where I saw the wasps.
Oh, okay. Go for it.
Alright. Would that be a disadvantage shot?
It will be a disadvantage shot because you are blind. Like, the darkness comes around you. You're still facing that where you're like, oh, might as well. 12. That'll miss. Go ahead and roll a second attack at the wasp behind. Still at disadvantage. It's got a +2 to its AC for cover from being directly behind him.
Its AC
Yeah, roll.
is
21.
19,
21 at this point. So you
Yeah,
gotta roll an
that's-
18 or better natural.
Oh my god.
What if can I make a choice like to shoot one towards the wasps and one towards the other side? Because I know roughly that there was that gnome guy over in this right hand area.
You could do that with your second shot, but this is the like you miss the first guy and seeing if you get past the armor class to the second guy.
Oh, that's all this is. Okay, cool. I will
Okay.
do that with my second shot. I'll aim towards the other guys, but let me see if I hit this. So attack at disadvantage, and then of course I couldn't do it. Ooh,
Yep,
I got a
misses.
21. What was it? A 22?
No. Okay, so a 22, yeah, that or 21 hits. Sorry, I miscalculated. I thought you only had a +3. Nope, you're good. Oh, hold up. We should not have been having you do your crossbow because you're proficient in crossbow. You're not proficient in the harpoon.
In this
gun.
new weapon, you're right. I hadn't thought of
Yeah.
that. I forgot.
Okay,
I
so
forgot I'm proficient.
We're all good. So it does fully miss.
Okay.
Cool. And then you can re-roll, or you can like shoot it out and you hear it like splash in the water. You don't think you hit anything.
Alright, cool. I think I'll try to aim towards the gnome's direction then, which would be roughly like towards this guy.
Yeah, I think
know.
you saw him like over
Exactly,
here last.
right around
something.
there. Exactly. So,
Yeah, so still a disadvantage.
but aim for where he is now, just for targeting.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, how can I do this without just -1 for proficiency or -2 or something?
In the situational bonus, subtract 3 because your proficiency is 3 at level 6.
It's 3.
So you can
Okay,
still
so
roll your crossbow.
Just do that and then just -3 in the attack.
Uh-huh.
Alright.
Oof. Bad no.
Yeah.
Okay. So another bolt goes out. Let me draw, or rather copy and paste one, and that'll go approximately here. I don't know how to rotate these things. Let's see, can I... Ooh, rotate, yes. 15 degrees? Nope, that's the wrong way. -30. There we go. Cool. So that launches out as well. From your first harpoon, give me a D100.
I think I accidentally did 2 D100s. Just take the first roll, maybe.
Okay, yeah, take the first 100. Okay. Kenji's turn. Unless you want to move or anything else.
Yeah, I think he's gonna try to back towards Shamus. He assumes that this shadowy business is Shamus's work.
Yes, indeed.
And
Okay, so he's just
I
gonna
think,
kind of back up a bit.
yeah.
Whoa,
At this
right
point-
there. Well, that's far
Okay.
enough.
There you go. Shamus can tell me I'm getting close to him, and then I'll be good.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Right.
Kenji's gone.
Kenji's turn. Now Kenji has dark vision. Can he see in this pitch black?
He cannot. This is considered magical darkness, and the only ability that sees through that is a warlock thing called Devil's Sight.
Or being a shadow magic sorcerer, casting it from your shadow magic.
That is true. That's the other thing.
Let me roll his recharge on Torrent. Ooh,
Hey, you get it.
that's a recharge. Nice.
Yeah, it is.
I think he'd step back towards Kenji and then take an attack out of the bubble. I mean, I know he can't clearly see the wall, but he's just kind of going out of it. And he'll use his torrent breath since he got it back.
Sounds good. Yeah, go ahead and drop that. And before you place it, you should be able to just scroll wheel. Once you place it, you have to kind of hover and do the control scroll wheel.
So did I get them all, or do I need to?
It has to originate from Kenji.
Oh, I screwed that up. Okay, hold on. Let me switch to the ruler mode. I can click it. Oh, did you just do it for me?
I put it on top of him, but I didn't rotate it yet.
Okay.
So yeah, whichever direction you're intending.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that right there would get the imp, the dwarf, and the wasp.
Perfect. That would be his attack.
Cool. And then
Switch
you
out
should
of
be
that
able to do
mode, and then hit the
damage, and it should do the things.
So these fire creatures are staring at the dark, and then all of a sudden,
What?
No target.
Oh, I didn't have them targeted, actually. I thought the thing would do it, right?
I thought it would too. So go ahead and target them this time, and then
All right,
repeat
targeted all
that action.
3.
Go ahead and just re-click it. You may have to place the template again, and just don't consume the resource.
Let me just not place the template,
Oh, hey, there you go.
and then have them selected and normal. There they go. 2 failed, and the Azure succeeded.
Okay, the imp is dead. Describe your kill.
Oh, so I mean, Kenji would just be using as much of the water that he had left in his tank in his head to blast forward. I'd imagine that with all the heat here, some of it would turn to steam, but it would put all his fire out, and I'd imagine he kind of just turns into that big pile of wet ash.
Yep. I think you double dipped on the damage, so I'm going to revert what I just saw. Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
he just turns into a big pile of ash, and he does explode. So, Kiki, will you please select Kenji, which is the name of the little frog, turtle man, and do your, I'm going to push you back to 1 health, and then do your fiery burst attack on him, or whatever that thing is called. Where is it? Death burst. Yes, that one.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, Kenji succeeds.
Yeah.
What?
He's very dexterous. He has a shell.
Yeah, but it looks like it rolled 9 fire damage and reduced Kenji's damage down to 2, which is too far.
Yeah, too far. He had plenty of health. He was, yes. 17
Yes.
sounds right. 20 sounds right.
Oh,
right around there.
All right, I'm gonna subtract that. So Kenji is at 15.
Okay, that sounds right.
Yeah, I don't know why it like gave him double fire resistance for some reason. Oh, he succeeded and he took half damage, so never mind. Okay, so he should be at 17. It did the math properly. I miscalculated. Okay, so Kenji takes a couple of points of damage as this dude explodes in his death throw. Alrighty. So that's Kenji's turn. Hell Wasp. Hell Wasp, you are fully aware that something attacked you and then snuck into the water.
I don't hear Dallin to see his thing light up, but
You're muted there, down.
Gotta have who can read lips. Alright, can you do charades?
okay, not
How about now?
YMCA.
I'm gonna surrender.
Yeah.
My wasp will just lay down.
He goes into the water.
They'll
The
kneel.
whole time he's just been saying buzz, buzz, buzz.
Alright, how are you doing?
Norris, you are silent, my girl.
Mm-hmm. Boothang, you ain't getting any audio towards us.
It's weird that your box does light up though. As though
Yeah.
you're talking, as though there's audio, but we can't hear it.
I will fix it after.
I will
As
fix
the hell wasp.
Mm-hmm.
buzz buzz.
He's gonna kill something first. It did the thing.
What did that say?
What?
Or is it still noticeable? Why
It
is the hell
did-
wasp all the way over
What
here?
is that word? FHIDEDD.
Hidden?
I think it's.
I did.
Yeah, it's hidden. Yeah, it slunk back into the water, and as it like drips into the water, it just appears to be water. The Hell Wasp has a decent intelligence, so it is aware that it is being gorilla attacked from the water. You don't have eyes on it, so it would be random placement and then disadvantage on an attack if you wanted to go that route. And you're only going to be successful in even remotely hitting it. Do the stings, venoms, split out fire? Yes. Poison and fire.
Fire stings.
It cannot be used as a ranged weapon.
Burn the forest.
Oh, okay. Burn the forest. Sure.
Whoa.
I was gonna say jump into the water.
Oh, we're just gonna.
All right. Yeah,
That's
you
good.
are.
They just resume work.
Yeah. Okay. Stings a big tree. Just adding to the
Stings a big
flames.
tree, yeah.
Absolutely.
It's
Roll
wonderful. This is genius.
That
I
little
approve.
portion just keeps going. Little imp.
Alright, he's gonna run up to the darkness again and hold an attack if something comes out. I think that went too
Alright.
far.
Let's see.
No,
Hope you
that's
get this
fine.
30 feet.
That's it.
Okay. Next up is Hell Wasp. Dallin, do we have audio on you? Nope. Same.
You say, damn, know it.
Mm-mm. No, it.
Sting it, Kenji.
He's singing, so the bee is singing.
Okay, so he's gonna
Swing.
go into the. He's gonna go into the thing. Oh, also when Torrent Breath went, Okay, not that it would have really mattered, but the wasp got pushed back 10 feet.
Oh no! Did I do?
Oh.
Yep, so you got pushed from the torrent breath. I just forgot to do that.
The Azure didn't because
Burn the
he succeeded.
Yep.
Right,
Yeah, that Azur's shield is doing work. Okay, buzz, burn the forest.
Approve. Yes, burn the forest.
Okay, Shamus, up to you. Shamus, give me a percentage check to see if you're affected by the forest. Leo, same, but I'll hold off unless it is your turn. Or until it is
Shamus, your
turn.
cape! Shamus!
Your cape, it's on fire!
Your cape's on fire!
Shamus, I can hear / smell your cape being on fire, but I cannot see it.
Yeah.
I smell the burning.
There's
Okay,
there's flame, but no visible flame at all.
no, even you can't see nothing. You are
Yeah.
pitch blind. Shamus, you take 2d6 fire damage as... Nah, you know what? It's still pretty low. I'll do this as 1d6 fire damage. As one of the tree branches that you're nearby falls and cracks, and it kind of like the process kind of like splits it off into two things, and like one of the small limbs like falls on your back and sears you a bit for 4 fire damage. Okay, so Shamus, it is your turn, and go ahead and give me a perception check again. Please roll another one. Okay, with a 15.
17.
With a 17. You're kind of looking around, looking off into the distance of the forest here as these wasps are going to start to do their work. You see like a large burst of fire appear out of this patch of trees down here, kind of in the middle of the map, in the middle right. You see, and this time around you see a 4-legged creature walking through the flames, unperturbed. And you catch a glimpse of a black and red hound with little spits of fiery dribble coming off his face. See the kind of cone of fire come from his mouth, and it looks directly towards you. And you hear that growl from your side once more.
How big is it?
Medium. It's about the size of a large breed dog.
Now this one might be worth capturing, Leo.
Says into the darkness.
Oh,
Did I fix it?
Gatha.
Oh, you sound echoey now.
Yeah, I have to use my webcam mic right now.
Oh, Dallin, we've got you, but you're super faint. You're very far away from your mic.
Yeah, it's on my webcam.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so Shamus, anything on your turn?
Yeah, I think I would just say, well, I think I'll attack these fools. I will say, Leo, what's the plan here? Are we staying? Are we fighting this? Should we get reinforcements? And then I will, attack with, which one is it? They're so closely named. With a Shadow's Touch. We'll see if it Yeah, so like shadowy dark hands would reach out from the black circle here of darkness.
It
But I
somehow
don't think they hit.
said you missed already, but I don't see an attack roll.
I saw it. 16.
16? Okay, 16 does miss. That is at advantage if that wasn't apparent.
He
'cause you're
rolled a
attacking from-
disadvantage.
Did
Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead and take whatever the better is of the two.
It'd be 17, right?
Yeah, that'd be 17.
Okay, that hits. Go ahead and deal that damage.
Get rid
Yo,
of
yo,
the
yo.
dwarf. Get rid of him.
Choke that imp.
Since I have to roll the attack before I roll the
Sure, go again.
Even better.
Okay, yeah. Same effect.
it was meant to be,
Ah,
but not that. That was not meant to be. That's crap.
Nope. Wah, wah.
Slap
What's
him around
what's the secondary effect on your shadowy touch?
They feel bad.
yeah.
They got
Emotional
touched.
despair.
They got touched darkly and they have trauma from it.
I don't think it can heal. Yeah, I can't regain health points until the start of my next turn.
Okay, I will put regen down. Okay, sounds good. Um,
And it says that the hands cling to the target. That's important. The shadow is just like wringing its neck.
gotcha. Alrighty. Next up is my water creature.
My water snake.
Oh, come on now. Sorry, making a small adjustment. Okay. Water snake comes back out of the water. It's a little bit larger than it was before. As you see, one of the harpoons, like, stuck in its mouth, like a dog with a chew toy. You see it just like slurping up the magical water from the harpoon that Leo shot into the water. It's gonna get close over here, and it's going to, and its body size increases. It's going to use its lash attacks to reach out and try to get the dwarf from a 15-foot range, which it has from its increased size.
Can Shamus see this? Can you see outside the bubble?
Yep.
Yeah.
Shamus sees this
I
happening.
can't see nothing yet.
Uh-huh.
All black.
Okay, so my roll. Oh, come on. That's a 10, but this is at advantage because it's a sneak attack because he was invisible. Still not enough. Just
Yeah. That Azure, man.
this dude with the shield, just looking strong. Okay, and he's gonna slink back to the water and disappear again with his magic chew toy.
Does Leo
Hey.
feel that being pulled?
Yep, Leo. As this happens, you do feel like being drug around a little bit. That's a good
Yeah.
point.
I'm being killed.
Okay,
Can I have held my move to like wait for Leo to respond in case he does say that we're gonna head out?
Yeah, because you didn't spend your action on anything.
Well, I did spend my action to attack.
Oh, that's right. No, because you would have to hold your action to do a dash, essentially. The only resource that you can hold is the action. So it's Leo's go. In the darkness, you've got two harpoons
The
left.
Azure didn't get a turn.
The Azure gets a turn. You just, from the darkness, springs out these two hands, like you've got this orb, and then just like straight out of it, just able to rip them off and throw them to the ground as they kind of dissipate.
Okay. I don't know. I can't see anything in there, so he really does approve of the whole setting the forest on fire.
Okay,
Yeah.
you were also just attacked by a water creature in the lake.
I was, but I don't see it.
Which you don't see it, but you instinctually hate it.
I don't like it.
Go take a look in the water.
I'm
You
gonna
don't have
flip a
to.
coin. If it's a 1, I'll go over and investigate. If it's a 2, I'm setting the forest on fire.
Damn it.
I'm setting the
All right.
forest on fire.
Set the forest on
Burn
fire.
it down.
Buzz.
Yes, follow me, my minions.
Yes. Weird book.
Note to self: never give Dallin hell wasps again. Okay,
So
Leo's
exciting.
turn now.
All right. First off, does Leo know anything about that dog he just saw? Was that included in any of his reading? Does he have any inclination?
Oh, no, because you didn't see it, and Shamus didn't give you any details.
Oh, I forgot. Shamus.
Yep. All he said was that might be worth it.
That is what he said. Now that you should get. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Ah. Maybe
Yeah,
I'll
you
use
guys
my
can have a-
turn to-
You guys can converse for a moment as a free interaction.
All right, yeah. I'll say, what do you mean? What are you talking about?
Some kind of dog out there. Some kind of demon dog or something. It's pretty badass, actually.
Ah. Okay. He would just be tempted enough then to pop out.
Just
Stick
kind
his
of
head out of the.
blindly walking. Oh, also, hell wasps, give me dexterity saves for when you flew over to the forest, and also Dwarfman, give me dexterity saves as you flew over to the forest to dodge the water strings that are between all the harpoons and Leo. I forgot to do that.
You said
But
dexterity?
yeah, Leo just kind of wanders aimlessly until he sees out. Leo, in the meantime, give me a perception check.
Sorry, dexterity saving throw?
Dexterity saving throw for both your wasps. Okay, Leo, you do not see the creature that Shamus is referring to. First hell wasp I'm going to say is the one on the left. It succeeds. It does not get hurt. Leo, go ahead and roll me 3d4 cold damage. And that'll hit the wasp on the right.
True.
6. Not a good roll. But these things are vulnerable to cold, taking 12 points of damage.
Dang.
Yep. And let me see, little imp. Yeah, little imp, I need a dex save from you too, because all those strings were around as you were moving about. So 1 from the imp. The imp's fine. Give me 1 for the dwarf, please. Lily.
I don't wanna.
It needs
Off
to
with his
die.
head.
It needs to
I
die.
don't wanna die. No. Don't worry, he got this. Believe.
Now
Yeah, come on. Don't jinx
A 10?
it.
Oh,
All right.
that sounds good.
You take 6 points of cold damage as well. You are not
But I'm
vulnerable.
okay.
Oh.
I'm okay.
Damn it.
Ha! I'm still
Yeah, so you
alive.
do get like a nasty slash like down your deltoid and like your bicep as you're like trying to run by and you don't quite make it. Okay, so Leo, you go out. Also, Leo, lots of rolls all of a sudden. Leo, give me a D100 to see how affected you are by the forest.
Already on.
Yep. You get a D6 of fire damage.
Already not on. Okay.
Not so excellent.
Not so excellent.
Okay. Oh, you rolled. Sure, why not? You take 4 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Yeah, so you pop your head out. You see the creatures like starting to like just wreak havoc in the forest, not really paying attention to you. You don't see the dog. You don't see the kind of watery creature, but you do see one of your tethers like kind of drifting around in
Flopping
the
around
water.
in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Ah. I think he'll take this opportunity. He's going to step out, fire a bolt at the wasp here, kind of, and
Okay.
again, hoping that he might hit the goblin if he misses.
Sure.
We'll do crossbow attack, and then we'll subtract. That was a 20, but you can subtract 3 is a 17. Would that still hit?
That does not hit.
Ooh.
So he says.
However,
That was a sneak attack. He's not looking at me.
yeah, his attention is definitely not on you, so I will count this as a sneak attack.
Cool.
So go ahead and roll one more time.
Roll it one more time.
Yep.
How many shots does that thing have?
It has 9.
Okay.
Has 2 more.
Okay, 19. Oh, but is that -3?
Yeah, but what is a sneak attack? Is that just
It's advantage.
advantage? Okay, so
Hmm.
yeah, no, that's still -3 then, and that was a worse throw than my first one then.
Okay. Then go ahead and roll one more time at the imp.
Okay.
Honestly, his armor class is super low, so this is probably happening. And you should be able to do.
No.
Okay, well, I guess this is still. No, because the imp is not focused on burning the forest down right now. So it misses the imp.
Does it still get the area wet and put out some fire? That's also part of my goal.
You know what? Yes, it does. Yep, and it brings it back down. So every time that they attack the forest, it bumps that chance that you guys are going to get hurt by the forest up by another 5%. So that just brought it down 5% as well.
Ooh, nice.
Which it's currently at 45% now. Okay, so Leo,
And then
that's your turn.
He's
You've
actually
moved.
He's gonna, if
You've
he
got
can.
5 feet of movement left.
All right, I'll scoot back behind so I have partial cover. I wanted to scoot back in there.
Yeah.
And then, I think it's 10 feet. Can I pull Kenji back in with my bonus action?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, we'll put him away. He's a
Yeah,
little
so
hurt.
Kenji disappears back into the crystal. No problem. All right. So Kenji's out. Hell Wasp.
Can wasps see 360 degrees?
Is it an owl?
What?
Well, no, because they're on the
know.
side of its head, right? So I would assume that he might have seen a friend come out
true.
outside of a dark
flies,
forest.
like these
yeah.
guys have those like big eyes.
This is
Yeah,
true
according
with
to this
feather
artwork,
wasp.
no.
Its eyes will be forward facing.
Yeah, that it does. It looks like the eyes are forward facing, and since I use the art to like give you guys advantages all the time, I'm gonna use the art here.
Okay, then he
So
might not have
no,
seen something.
you've got your normal like approximately 180 degrees of vision.
Okay.
He's not
So
a
I don't
real
know which
wasp.
way he's facing. He's just out there
He's a
stinging
mimic.
trees and shit. So, I guess this one to the left first. Yeah, the left one. I guess he'll just come over. Well, I mean, as soon as he turns around to sting more trees, he's gonna see Leo, and he's gonna want some of Leo.
And I did
Wants a
mention
little
that
bit.
there is a tether that's like drifting around in the water. He does see that if he turns around. It's not difficult to pinpoint.
Yeah, he'd just go try to burn more trees, but once he makes that right turn, or that turn to go down there, he's gonna just go try to murder Leo.
Yeah, and you are aware that he tried to shoot you.
Oh yeah, everything that's not fire is against the bee.
No, Leo, run!
So he's gonna. Oh no, now should I use real dice or should I use the online dice? The online dice are so bad. They should just normally be so bad. Oh, I gotta hit the normal button. Yeah.
Oh, see,
Terrible.
look. There you go.
15 misses.
Yeah. Garbage. Sword's garbage.
Not the first wasp
Garbage.
I've tangoed with.
Oh yeah. Excellent.
Won't be the last.
Oh, double missing.
He buzzes in anger and flies in circles and then stops back here.
Okay. So that's Hellwasp. Hellwasp, give me a dex save as you're coming in to do all that to dodge threats.
But he knows about the threats now, yeah?
But they're moving.
He knows about them, but they're all connected to Leo.
Oh, they're connected to Leo. Saving
Yeah.
throw.
Yeah.
Isn't one of them moving too? Because
Oh
of,
yeah, he's on
One
top
of the water
these.
is wiggling.
Yeah, you're fine. Okay, little magma imp.
Okay. Let me see. Movement.
And you,
Magma imp.
if you move, you will have to make a dex save. But you can basically take disengage to move with automatically succeeding that.
As an action.
Yeah, that would be your action.
It's not. We're just gonna roll the dex save.
All right. Ooh, yeah, you got it.
I'm rolling fine.
Gambles.
I was hoping you'd trip and die.
I'm gonna move around to the side.
Nothing to say to another human.
In the nicest of ways.
And oh yeah, I have to pick the target.
Mm-hmm.
Did that roll? Oh, it rolled twice. Sorry. What is it doing?
Double murder touch.
You should. There we go.
There it is.
The attack comes in. Okay, that'll hit.
And then does it do the damage somewhere, or?
You go over to
do I
that
roll
front side,
damage?
it'll show it to you.
Yeah,
right
up
just
above it
anyways.
says damage. You just have to click on that word.
Oh. I see.
oh my.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
heavy damage. Oh, okay. Leo, give yourself back 3 damage because you are now on fire.
Ouch.
Oh, cool.
Yep. He ignites. You go up and touch him. And at the end of each of your turns, if you don't put it out somehow, you will take 1d6 fire damage at the end of each of your turns.
Fun.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and that's it.
All right, Buzz.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fucking amped up. He heard the other buzzings, and he's ready.
Buzzings.
Yeah, the buzz in anger, because the last guy buzzed in anger.
Oh,
So he knows what's happening. Yeah, he's an angry buzzer, so he's buzzing over here.
Smell those anger pheromones in the air.
He's not the brightest, so I would assume that they could probably go into the darkness trying to get advantage and surround his target, but then lose his advantage because he's in darkness.
Sounds solid.
Buzz, I'm out.
Okay,
Listen to
dex
Thresh
save,
Wildly.
please, as you cross a
Oh,
thread.
please tell me you fail this.
Biggest deck save of the
Please.
universe.
Yes!
The anger pheromones do their job. Leo, describe your kill. Wait,
Ooh.
sorry,
Does it murder
3D
him instantly?
Nope.
Oh, thank God.
There is a possibility that doesn't kill it. So 3d4. This is crit. Actually, no. This is a critical fail. So no matter what, if he rolls 3 1s, this thing still dies because it only has 9 HP left.
3
So
ones
it's-
doubled is only 6, right?
Yeah, but then it's vulnerable and it's a natural one, so it's definitely dying. But go ahead and roll your 3d4.
Please roll 3 ones, because that'd be super fucking awesome.
Death by minimum damage. So
Oh,
Leo,
this is me?
that's your 3d4. Yeah,
Yeah.
your
Oh,
3d4
yeah, okay.
cold.
He wants to die outside of the darkness.
Just straight up going to full speed.
So close.
All right, 7 points, doubled due to vulnerable, doubled due to natural 1, for a total of 28 points of damage. How do you want to do this?
So as it flies past the thread, it just doesn't see it, and it gets tangled up in one of the wings. It starts to kind of flap, and eventually one of the wings breaks off, and I imagine it falls into the fire and burns to death.
Yeah.
All right, awesome.
Oh, I can't burn to death. I'm immune to fire, but yes.
You're immune to fire?
Yeah, it's
it
immune to
falls
fire.
hard.
Really
It falls
hard.
hard out of the air.
Just crushing its skull, just
Yeah.
as like the big
Its
butt
own-
falls over.
Like the anime fall when they hit their heads in, you know?
I imagine
Exactly.
it falls back and its own stinger stings right through its skull.
Solid, vicious. I love it. Okay, back to the top with Shamus.
Would you say that the water creature is holding or carrying that harpoon?
Yeah, it had it like in its mouth like a dog with like a large bone.
Yeah, it was choosing to drink from it. I didn't hit it, right? It
Looked like-
it found it and wanted the magical water.
Mm-hmm. You guys have already seen some weird, like, unstable elemental magic in the air.
Yeah, I'm gonna use catapult to pull one of the harpoons and throw it at the fiery troll dude.
Nice.
Awesome. Go ahead and
No, he
go
needs
ahead
to go.
and give yourself inspiration for basically getting a recast of one of the harpoon slots.
Yeah,
Because
that's
that's
awesome.
Okay, so go ahead and attack. Oh, it's just your spell save DC. So that's a Dex saving throw from Lilydorf.
No!
Oh, she
Wow, super succeed.
Nice.
30 though. It's not a natural.
my god.
Dirty 20.
Dirty
You
20.
could use your inspiration to make a roll again.
Mm,
Try to
I
get
don't
her.
think I can.
No,
All on
it's
the
not.
floor?
It's not silvery barbs. So the dwarf, seeing his large insectoid companion just murdering itself seemingly through thin air, is looking up and it kind of shinks itself out of the ground, turns and launches, and he like throws his shield arm down behind him and matrix dodges this harpoon just as it goes totally unharmed.
Does that decrease the fire thing though?
Yeah, it does because it goes into a different section of the fire. So 40% right now. Okay.
And
Does your
then-
darkness go with you?
Yeah, because it's on the dart that I'm holding in one hand, but I assume I can still hold the dart, yeah, and clutch my cape, but I would
Easy.
nobody can like see it, but I like fly up into the air inside of this darkness. I guess the dark bubble would come up a little bit, but it's a sphere, so it would like fill below me, assumably. If I need to move one more forward to cover Leo, that's what I would want to do.
Leo is good.
Okay.
Okay, so Leo's in the darkness. Okay.
I would move one
Go ahead.
this way. I'm gonna get everybody in the darkness over here. Oop. Yeah.
Okay.
That's great.
I think I'm
let's
out of
see.
it.
Yeah, the wasp
Yeah,
will get covered. Not the
The,
dwarf.
the troll guy's okay. He's alright. He's alright out of it.
Troll guy is fine.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, watery dude. His next turn, and
Oh yeah.
and he comes out a little bigger again.
Boom boom.
God.
Uh-oh, it's time to run!
No, dwarf, go say
Sees
hi.
this. Sees nothing but the sphere starts hunting around, and at this point he is considered a large creature, so ignore that for a second. Or a huge creature, excuse me. And let's see.
Don't try to catch that one. It's too big.
As long as he's still got body in the water, he can move. He doesn't need to go that far. Okay, he's going to attack the wasp. And this is at advantage.
Wow. Wow.
Whoa! Double 20s!
Yeah!
Whoa!
That is so cool.
You
All right.
the statistics to get that roll.
It's gotta be super insane. And why is he you picking on the hell wasp? Buzz?
Yeah. Why you bully me? Why you bully?
I'm perfectly innocent in
He's
all
in
of this. I
Black
haven't done
Sparrow's
anything.
safety. He's in the Black Sparrow's safety.
All right. Okay, rolling critical damage. I'm also going to give him a little extra damage because of his extra size.
Did he grab my butt? I demand to sting him.
Yeah, just Okay, this is critical. Ooh, a decent roll too. That's 33 points of bludgeoning damage. Wow, I rolled.
Still don't murder the bee.
Yep. And he retracts the bee towards the water. For 10 feet. Oops. Sorry. I started moving the same time you did. You go ahead, drag yourself 10 feet closer. You are grappled and restrained.
This is where the bee wants to be.
All right. As the two of you are like just locking into each other. All right. Next up is the dwarf man.
All right.
Go trip over the wire.
Yeah, I was like, do I do?
Go back to where you came.
That's a really good point.
You got pulled through the wire.
The restrained bee, let's see, and restrained, B, go ahead and give me a dex save with disadvantage because you are restrained, being pulled through, this web of netting.
Lies.
Whoa,
This web of lies.
What just happened to my cape?
I don't know. You took 66 damage. Get murdered.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a sec.
Yeah,
I think
stay
I
like
touched
that.
something.
Was it the suicide button?
No joke.
Self-destruct? Do they all come with that?
I touched something. Okay, thank you.
I think you had 9 damage left. 9 health left.
It was
Based
something
on what I'm
around
seeing.
there.
Okay, cool. Okay, so dex save on the bee. Disadvantage because you are restrained.
If he's restrained,
Oh,
isn't that just a
horseshit.
failure?
No, that is unconscious. Creature has disadvantage on dexterity saving.
Oh, get the fuck
I
out
was
of
reading
here.
around.
Oh, all right. So, Leo, go ahead and roll a 3d4 cold.
3d4. Cool. I mean, I didn't put cold, but
6. So that'll be 12 points. I'm throwing that in there. 12 points of damage to the bee. Okay, so now it's Dwarfman's turn.
Go help your friend. Go help the wasp.
I don't know if I can.
You can.
I can't. What do you want me to do? He's so conflicted. Cause like I don't think I can reach them.
Like 25 feet or something?
I mean, I can run 30. So, I mean, what... My best bet?
Mind you, you are like the commanding officer of like this group. Like you're the leader with the authority, and you're almost dead.
Yeah. Maybe a
So,
tactical retreat?
Mayhaps.
Mayhaps?
And you do have an intelligence of 12, so like you understand you are not you do not have to be like a mindless brute, just like going until you're dead.
Oh, cool. Awesome. Is this thing going to, like, trip me if I have to... Or can I just go this way?
No, because of it's coming directly from Leo, so it's right here, so you're
the
fine.
angle, so it's good. Awesome.
Yeah, you don't have any tripwires yourself.
Awesome! I think he's like, fight till the end! And runs off.
I'll remember you fondly!
If this is the same one that ran away last time, I swear to God, if it's the same
the
one, I'm
same
hunting
one.
it down.
I'll remember you all!
Okay, and he scarpers off. And he is off the map. Alright, Leo's turn. You definitely feel something like tug hard on your harpoon this time. Go ahead and roll me a strength saving throw. Basically to keep hold of your harpoon launcher. Oh no. Yeah, it flies out of your hand completely. Just oh shit! Because you're like, ah shit, I'm on fire. And you're not paying quite as much attention, and it goes out. And you don't know where it went because you are blind as blind. Okay. So Leo's turn. Oh, rewinding back to Shamus. Please give me a D100. And then same deal for... Okay, Shamus is fine, no burns. Leo, your turn for D100.
Hot.
Yep. A little more fire for you.
He's also on
go ahead and
fire
roll
for
it.
my imp.
Hey, I'm still on fire.
That's the end of his turn for imp fire. But thank you for the reminder.
1d6,
Yep,
so take
1d6,
1 damage.
so yep, 1 fire damage.
Okay.
Alrighty, so now it's your turn, Leo.
Alright, I am actively on fire.
Yes, you are.
That's so cool.
Can I sense this imp? How do I? Can I feel him? He puts out
give
heat.
me a perception check because he is hot, but your surroundings are also hot. So it's just a question of differentiating that.
Ooh.
Not necessarily.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm just too
you're-
hot. That's the problem.
Yeah, and
I'm just
yeah, the imp is hot. The surroundings are hot. You're on fire.
Yeah,
So-
that's a bonus. I'm gonna deal with the first one. So I'm gonna run away towards the water.
Okay,
I know I'm just
easy
kind
enough.
of roughly going in this direction until I am no longer on fire.
Sure. Give me a dex save real quick as you're bumbling, just to see if you fall in your face.
Yes. The dice are not the
He
dice.
does.
The dice are not my friends tonight. I'm also on
Yep.
fire.
You do move through, and like there's kind of like a muck nearby, and it sucks your foot down a little more than you think, and just basically you are prone, but no longer on fire.
Hey, my shoes are all right though, right?
Yeah, you'll have to wipe them off. You have to stomp them and like do the little like scritchy thing on the doormat.
We're expensive.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that was your move.
Yeah, that was my move. He will use his action to stand up.
Okay, you only moved 15 feet, so you use the rest of your movement to stand up, and you're at strength
Okay.
0 now.
Perfect. All right. Then he is going to use his bonus action or his other action to pull out Geonid.
Oh, yeah, that's the name
We
of the
never
monster
came up with
block.
a better name, right?
Yeah, that's the name of the monster block I copied.
Yes, we need to come up with a name for him.
Uh-huh.
I thought you had.
We had talked about coming up with a name for him.
Is this that little rock thing?
It's a little rock thing that I
Little
caught
rock.
in space.
Yep, I never, updated his abilities. Whoops.
Okay. I could call out Mog instead.
You could call out Mog.
Mog's fine. Let's pull out Mog.
Nice.
Alright.
More tune.
Okay, so to Shamus, and nobody else knows. Describe Mog in all of his glory.
Ow!
Yeah. Mog's a weird guy. So, Mog looks like a kind of like a large lizard, kind of a bear. It's like a bear's body with a lizard's head, but the entire thing is made out of dripping fungus and kind of a black oozing goo.
Yep.
The artwork you're gonna see shows two creatures on it. The creature that I'm referring to is the dog-shaped one, not the little guy standing next to him. If you have that artwork.
Yep, where are you dropping him?
I'm gonna put him in the darkness with me, between me and the imp, but not necessarily because the imp is there. I don't really know. I'm just kind of putting him in the darkness with me. Yeah. Oh, there
Sounds
you go.
good.
You've cut him perfectly. The artwork I have has this little guy next to him.
So the dog-looking thing with the multiple tongues, extra eyes, and Mog doesn't smell terribly great either. It's not an attack or a stat at the moment, but he just kind of smells like decayed vegetables all the time.
Rot.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so he comes out and kind of slathering like a plant-based nasty dog. Alright, so that's your bonus action. You've still got your action, I believe, just as long as we didn't say that it's the... Excuse me. Do.
Yeah, sorry. I was just looking at Mog's abilities.
Oh, that would be your action to summon him.
Exactly. Yep, that would be my action to summon him, and then it would be Mog's turn.
Mog is so freaking cool.
Okay, yep. So I'm going to put Mog into the initiative. I'm just going to put him right under Leo.
Wait,
I
which one's
can't-
Mog? Is he the creature or the man creature?
He's the creature next. He's the dog-shaped
Yeah.
creature. Yeah.
They're both
Mhm.
awesome, but I was excited.
And we don't get to see this.
No, we're tripping balls
Yeah,
in
nobody
water
except
right
for
now.
Seamus.
Yeah.
And Seamus, you suddenly see like a sort of
Seamus.
thing show up. Any reaction from you or nah?
No, I mean, I would see it come from Leo, and so I would, know that it's one of Leo's pets, apparently. So I see the crystal out and stuff, I assume, so
Yeah.
I just, kind of nod like a cool, but nobody would see that,
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Mog's go.
All right. So I'm gonna tell Mog to start looking for creatures to fight. He's just gonna kind of wander until he finds something to fight. So I
Okay.
don't know exactly
go
how
ahead.
we do this.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
All right.
As he kind of starts sniffing around since he's blind currently. 14, yeah. 14, he can kind of track him down based on the heat, based on the smell. Yeah, he gets over there.
Awesome. All right, then he'll do his bite attack.
Okay. And admittedly, I do need to spend time on Geonid and Mog both to, like, level them up.
And I can help you figure out what moves and stuff to give him, because he's got his bite, which is good, and he hit.
Yeah. Okay, so hits him. Go ahead and deal that damage. Whew, 7 points of damage. All right.
Nice.
I think that's all you got.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, Hellwasp, you're up. You're currently grappled, being drugged through cold.
This is exactly what he
reds. Kaiju battle!
Sting murder!
Okay,
Bring me closer.
This is at disadvantage because you are restrained.
What? The last one wasn't at disadvantage.
Yeah, it was. Well,
Yeah,
this is the first time you've attacked since you were restrained.
Oh. See,
Still hits.
Sweet! He's so gonna murder this thing. Normal murder.
Normal murder.
Why did it... What happened there?
What's
There's so many things that hit and swung around.
what's going on?
So the water weird had to do a con save.
Oh, okay.
It
I was
succeeded
closer
on
to
the con
D20.
save. It didn't take. It didn't. So yeah.
Yeah,
the
but
Why
D20
does it
threw me
say
off.
full damage on save?
It should only take half
it's
damage.
Yep. So it succeeds against the poison. The poison doesn't have any effect. Okay, and it's resistant to fire, so that's why it got a reduced damage point. Mog. Nope. Okay, it looked like Mog took damage.
Mog.
Did it do it all?
Nope,
So
Mog's
now
fine.
the next attack?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here he goes. At disadvantage. This button. You can't stop him.
Twice.
Still hits. Go ahead and
He's a
deal that damage.
machine. Yes.
11 points. Okay.
Whoa.
And then he'll buzz
Alrighty,
unleash me, fiend.
The
But it's in
the
thieves'
bravest little imp is still alive, still kicking.
Can he attack the thing that just attacked him with disadvantage in the darkness?
Absolutely.
Let's do that.
Out for blood.
Come on. What am I doing wrong here?
Nothing. You should be able to do attack, and then it'll pop up and it'll say disadvantage, normal, or advantage.
Shit,
This
I
is
see.
at disadvantage.
My computer was freezing and then I got impatient, so I just kept clicking. 14.
That checks out. 14 hits, so go ahead and deal
Holy
damage there.
shit. And he's gonna be on fire.
And he's going to be on fire. Okay,
11
that's...
damage.
Okay, but the last 5 damage does not apply because that's the damage that'll hit like when he's on fire. So
Okay.
that's 6 points of fire damage. Is just straight fire damage. It's not like slashing or anything. No, it's just straight fire damage, like a
Iron
catching
fire.
hand. Yep. Okay, and Mog is on fire now.
And that's it.
Yep, and you can move away if you want to.
I'll just get back out of the darkness.
Yeah, you can back out of the darkness, and I think
Because of the-
Mog's a little distracted by being on fire, even though he like tracked him down with scent, and like he can't see that he's moving. So
Yeah, that's
he can't
fair.
take an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Alrighty, Shamus, to you.
I know that the leader is off the map. I saw him like run off, but like, could
Yeah.
I still visually see them? I'm 15 feet up in the air, and I have the ability to do damage by my calculation for like 3 rounds.
Okay. It's a matter of seeing through flame and smoke at this point, not like straight distance. So go ahead and give me a perception check.
I'm invisible.
Oh.
You can't see me.
Never won a nat 20 more right now. That works.
Oh, what a dirty one. Can we take a dirty
I'll
one?
take a dirty one.
Yeah. You got it. Like there's a tree branch that falls down. Like,
Oh man. I imagine
You
you're
got
like
it.
Chris Angel right now, and you're gonna shoot the lightning down.
all right, go for your attack.
Yeah. Actually, what would happen is like the shadows around it would like reach up at it. Couldn't
Nice.
target it, I guess. So we need to make a 15 save.
Here, I'll bring him back just for that. So, what? Why is he unconscious again?
It's not a save.
No, it's an attack roll.
Yeah.
Oh, so go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Says it is blocked by a wall still.
Wall. Okay, I'll put him right here. Probably treating the edge of the map like a wall. Okay, that particular one misses.
Can I use my inspiration for that one?
Yeah. Ooh, no go. Pretty worse.
Not meant to be.
Damn it.
Okay, not this turn. So,
I might move.
oh, yep. Anything else you want to do?
I think I will. I'm going to move. So I'm going to move down here. Still 15 feet in the air.
Sounds good. All right, next up is my water weird. He gets advantage on his attack against the Buzz.
Nine.
Because the Buzz is restrained. Oh. Dirty 20, I gotta hit it.
Bullshit.
Buzz.
No.
And I think I gave it an extra
trick just have, like, an
1d6
auto
for
damage or
its
something cool?
size. However, Buzz did take a nasty chunk out of it, so I'm going to take that back, and I'm going to bring this guy down to about his normal size. So here's my damage. No, I did that wrong.
Yeah, that was your.
I
that was a roll.
already attacked. I hit the.
Yeah, that
I
was
hit
wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ew. That's a good
15 points of bludgeoning damage.
Is he still up?
Is he dead?
No, he had 9 life.
Yes.
Nope. Buzz is dead.
No! You will be remembered!
As like he grabs it, like you see like those tentacles just like continuing to like pull in and just like kind of pulls the wasp into the body, and you see the whole like section of water just like start to crunch down on it. And the wasp begins to like contort and twist, and the two of them begin to kind of merge and converge once more. And you see the exoskeleton of the wasp crack, and inside you see like the fiery substance that exists inside of it begin to pool out and boiling the water, and the two elementals once more begin to twist and turn and blur.
Yay, Drill has something to play.
That's what I've been trying to do this whole time. Just give him another character to kill.
To die next round.
To join my army.
And the next weird is alive.
Can
Next
see
weird.
shit.
It's time to
Weird.
Would hurt.
Weird and
Um,
X.
Asking these things move.
okay, I'm gonna.
That was my fire roll, by the way.
You're 15 feet off the ground. Is the fire wrapping that high?
No, but smoke would be.
Yeah.
And since it was a pretty low roll, and low rolls are no bueno, smoke is going to be less harmful than the fire. So, Shamus, go ahead and take 1d4 poison damage.
Would it matter if I didn't have to breathe?
What do you mean?
Yes, it would.
Are you secretly a robot? It's Al.
It happened again. Oh my god. He's a metal man.
Okay.
A lot of respirator.
Triple check that.
Okay, TBD if he has to breathe or not. Blister coil. Get to go.
Listo.
Is anybody visible? Is Leo
You
visible?
see half of a Leo. You see Leo like standing halfway in the darkness.
Oh no!
I just looked at this thing's intelligence.
Buddy! It's gonna.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right. I wasn't. Before we get into it, actually, Dro, go ahead and take your turn, and then we'll take our break. I thought we were going to be able to wrap this up a little faster. Not so much.
Yeah, you can't. The bees were too serious.
The bees were too strong.
Dude, I can't believe I didn't notice they had a 19 armor class.
They're so good.
if that's the only thing he sees, he's gonna go for it.
Yeah.
Do I get half cover?
No, not right now.
I'm so
The
sorry.
back of you.
I'm so sorry. He moves into your space because he can do that. Oh, but I'm gonna
Yep.
do this.
Just the liquid kind of expands out and like covers you.
Which we'll start with that first. Take 2
Taking
fire damage.
2 points of fire damage.
Then,
That's a cool move. That's like an anime move. Form of fire and water.
Oh my gosh.
he's not prone anymore, right?
He's not prone anymore, but Leo,
Mm-hmm.
you're on fire again.
I'm sorry.
I'm in the water. I'm literally in the water.
You're like, what do you
Yes.
mean?
Your ankles are not on fire.
Ah,
Oh no.
Shoes are still looking good.
okay,
Your
that's
shoes
the
are
most
fine.
important thing. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
the 23 will hit Leo. Go ahead and deal that damage. Oh, hold on. Don't deal the damage yet,
Holding it.
because I modified the other guy, not this guy. I'm gonna try to do it wrong. Okay, now you can deal damage, and I'm going to copy this ability.
Rolled pretty bad.
Okay, 12 points of bludgeoning damage. Bludgeoning / fire damage mixed in.
That will be all he can do.
Alrighty. And so Leo, you are currently in this, or this dude is currently in your space. Wait, no. Yeah, so he is currently on top of you.
Poor Leo.
Dwarf Man. You booking it?
Come back.
Lily.
Yeah. The dwarf man is like, like I'm gone.
Okay, are you running through the trees, or are you trying to find like open ground to move faster? So like, are you trying to be more concealed with difficult terrain, or are you trying to be less concealed with faster movement?
I mean, kind of likes it in the fire, you know? He's like setting things on fire while he's going.
He's just dragging his warhammer
Yeah,
across
he's
like
just
any
dragging
trees
his
that aren't there.
warhammer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Okay. Okay, so you move off map another 30 feet going through the difficult terrain then. Oh, sorry. That would be a total of 50. All right. Leo, you are currently covered in boiling solid water of some
Ouch.
sort. Yeah, you are not having the best of moments at this time.
He also
Alright,
takes more fire damage at the start of his turn. Because I'm in his space.
That is true. Go ahead and roll it.
I feel bad now.
You should.
I was satisfied with beating the other
I
fire
didn't hit him
creatures.
with my shadow touch, so you wouldn't feel bad. It was the other guy.
All right, so Leo.
Yeah, he basically like. So tell me what. I want to like baptize myself, just like do a full body dunk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can, by doing that, you can make yourself prone to get rid of the immediate fire on you. He's still latched on, but like the recurring fire damage of like your clothes being on fire would go out.
He's still latched onto me.
I'm in your space.
Technically, no, it's not
No.
a grapple. He's just
He's
in
just
your
on
space,
space.
so you could like dive out of him.
Yeah, I'll just dive into the water, right here.
Okay.
That provoke an attack or no?
No, because it's still within 5. It's still
Oh,
within your
duh.
melee
Ow.
distance. Okay, so the fire goes out.
Okay. I will swim up 5 feet so I can stand.
Okay.
And I will first. Yeah, I guess first I will swing at him with my crystal short sword. Actually, no, just kidding. First, I will use my second wind to regain some health.
Yes, you will.
Ow.
Nice.
Nice roll.
Yeah,
Okay.
So regain 13 health, and then I will go for that slash because I imagine there's going to be some backlash to this. I don't know that for sure.
Okay, and we didn't discuss what it would actually take, what kind of resource it would actually take to attempt a bond.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's fine. It's basically like a mental grapple.
What's it say?
So you can do an attack on your first attack and then try to do the bond afterwards.
Okay, that's good because that's what I was thinking. Is
Yeah, I think that's fine. So go ahead and deal your damage.
okay. Nice, that was a good roll too.
We do get backlash.
Okay, I was anticipating that. That's why I healed first.
I was so glad you did that.
Oh, what? No, that's not right.
Didn't you heal
Sorry,
for
I'm
your sword
trying
too?
to. Something changed in the health estimate module. Okay, so Leo, go ahead and. Are you doing your thing? Sorry, I had to get that in place because it's related to what we're doing. Leo, are you attempting to bond this guy?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, that'd be a really cool thing to bond.
I'm crossing my fingers he gets it.
Yep. Because you guys don't even know what this guy is capable of.
I do. it's fun when you get to use it.
Yep. Okay.
There's a good chance I'll fail, but we'll try it.
There is a good chance that you'll fail here, honestly. Yes.
Oh my goodness. Why am I so tired?
Okay. Sorry, guys. I said we were taking a break a little while ago. This combat has kind of been interesting, and Kiki, we are still play testing and figuring out a few details with Leo's custom class. That's what's happening right now.
This has been like one of those really nice tutorial plays to get started before I get my character in and figuring out the system.
Yeah, that's fine. We got more character creation to do with you, anyways. Okay, so hovering says he is injured, which means that he gets a +1 to his skill checks right now. The lower the health, the lower the skill checks. But you did drop him from full health, which would have been +3. So you did give yourself a bonus, or you did drop him down 2 points to all of his skill checks. So,
I could wait around, maybe.
You could wait for it to be lower, or you could initiate it now. And I feel like there needs to be like a charisma saving throw to initiate it. And then if you're successful, then you start to go into things.
All right. Well,
so your choice if you want to do it now or wait.
with the few amount of people on the board, I'll wait. Just to wait. Oh, now the dog's on the board. No, I'll try it. I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
Try a charisma saving throw.
Okay, so does a charisma save? The DC is going to be basically your spellcasting DC if you had one, which would be 8 plus your proficiency modifier plus your charisma bonus. What is that?
I think it says under my armor class my spell DC is 11. Is that what?
Can't be right.
Sounds low.
Not for this, at least.
Okay.
Okay, checking out your character, refreshing. Yep, so it'd be 8 plus your proficiency, which is 3, plus your charisma, which is 3, so this is a 16 charisma save.
Alright.
Alrighty. It's on his side, not your side.
Oh.
Oh.
You said it's a +1?
Yes, it is a +1 for this as well.
Oh.
Okay, so Leo, describe what is going on for you.
Well, it's a really pretty dice. Oh my gosh.
Did you give yourself a +1?
It'd be 10. It's gonna minus.
Okay.
It's gonna -2.
Okay, so Leo, what happens as you decide to do this?
So I would reach down to where I have the crystals on my side, and I would touch one of the non-glowing ones. And at that time, I would try to make a mental connection with the creature that I'm about to, or try to merge with or bond with. And
Okay.
I imagine at this point, when I'm trying to make that mental connection, that's where this charisma throw happens, whether I basically get through to their mind or not.
Yeah, for sure. Are you just touching, or are you like grabbing the crystal and like holding it out?
You know, I'll probably do that. Yeah, in order to start the process, I'd hold the crystal out. Yeah.
Okay, so sounds good. Gets 10. It is a failure compared to your save DC. That both of you are stunned for the duration of this process, as you both begin to lock in and combat one another. When it comes, so it's stunned. When it comes back to your turn, Leo, if you two have not been like knocked out of stun, if somebody doesn't like try to like shake you out of it or disturb the bond or whatever, then it'd be for every. I'd say for every attack action you have, not action, because I don't want you to just sit here for 3 rounds, because not every combat even lasts 3 rounds. You'll get the chance to do that. Okay, so Mog is up, and Mog still has his orders from last time. He's an independent thinker, does not get disrupted by this process for you starting something new.
Yep. So he would try to sniff out the creature again and attack it. Does he already have that, or does he need a new perception check?
New perception check.
All right. That's all right. He's got it. 10.
10. Go ahead and roll a stealth check. Sir Impness.
Oh, that'll be great.
I want to involve you guys.
Wow.
Mog does not know where it is.
He'll move a little closer, trying to find it.
I just. And he's going to take 1d6 fire damage. Imp, go ahead, or Magmin, go ahead and roll that fire damage.
I don't know why I rolled 2d6.
The first dice was the 3, so that's 3 damage to Mog.
All right, I'll take it.
All right, and then man, all you hear something like coming up behind you. You're not precisely sure where it is.
I just blindly attack with disadvantage. Or
Okay,
should I
sounds
roll a
good.
check first?
Yeah, roll a perception check. I'll give you the same benefit.
Should I roll something to counter? Oh,
Ooh.
she's gonna win.
Sure. Go ahead and roll stealth. You're not trying to be particularly stealthy.
I am very stealthy. Oh, that was closer than at 20.
Extremely stealthy. Yeah, go ahead and so you do get a sense of where it is. This is still at disadvantage because you're
The darkness.
because of the darkness. Yes. 10 misses. All right. These two creatures just kind of like circling around each other and like swapping at the air. All right, and we will go back up to Shamus, and we will take the break now.
Okay.
So we'll come back in 20 minutes. Sorry for the kind of skiwampus session timings today, guys. But we'll see you in a bit. All right. And we are back. Up at the top, Shamus still maintaining his orb of darkness and his fear of ignoring me. What is it that you're doing?
No ignoring. I would fly down to the other side of this magnet.
Okay.
It's over here, so I can get some flanking. I guess I don't need flanking, but I'll give flanking to the other creature. I guess there's still a point to that. And I will. Sorry, I'm looking for the feet.
Yep, you're good. And are you on the ground or no?
Yes, I would be. Yep, I would drop down to the ground. And I would go in, like, out of the darkness. It can't see me, and I would try to fight it.
Ooh. Okay. Go ahead and attack with advantage. One sec.
Did you just bite that thing?
Yes, you did.
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
Nobody saw though.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody saw
per
it.
usual.
Nobody saw it.
Like chewing into a hot tamale.
I don't think that the damage dice is correct. That seems way too high. I think it's not that much.
I don't see damage. I just see the attack roll of 22.
Oh, is that the attack roll? Oh yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. That is the attack roll. That's cool. God.
It's funny because I only have 3 health left.
Nice. There would also be sneak attack damage added to that.
All right.
Yeah, +5 sneak attack damage.
Okay. Describe your kill in as much or as little detail as you want to.
Yeah, this is, I think, the second time that I've been able to do this. And both times have worked out, like, just chef's kiss nice. I'm in, like, darkness. Nobody knows what's happening over here. I get to just do my thing. And, yeah, nobody would see this, but Shamus, just leans in, like, out of the dark into this creature and just, like, latches onto his neck. And, again, nobody would see this, but, like, Shamus's fangs like grow out of like black darkness down like from his other teeth, the incisors would, as he like chomps down on the creature's neck. And then I would heal for 9 points also.
Nice.
Like it's hot blood though. It's like a hot. It almost burns your throat. It's like freaking
Spicy.
A
hot.
happy amount of blood.
It's spicy.
And Kiki, go ahead and target both the creatures next to you and do your Death Burst ability.
How do you target multiple creatures at once?
Hold shift when you double click. There you go.
Okay.
Fog succeeds. Shamus Black succeeds.
Okay, they both succeed, so they both take 1 damage, and the last Magmin is out of there. Yeah, Shamus, I would say you regain the life as it's dying, and then it explodes after it's dead, and you retain 1 damage.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Had to think about the order of operations there. And Leo is stunned. Leo doesn't hear this, see this, smell this, perceive this in any way. His entire consciousness is latched onto this other creature. The only creature who has any idea of what's going on is Mog, who hears some slurping sounds. Mog knows. Okay.
He might tell me later.
Perhaps.
I would bonus action dash and take to the air again.
Okay, sounds good.
We'll go another 15 feet up.
Okay,
So I'll go over this way too.
okay,
15
Lily,
feet
you
up, 15 feet up.
Yeah.
You still running through the brush?
Yeah, he's still running, lighting everything he can on fire.
All right. 18, or you're
Burn
about
the
80 feet
forest.
away off the map. Let's see. Blister Coil is stunned. Leo, your turn. Last time trying to figure out like mini games to play while you captured the Geonid dude, it felt a little hokey and like kind of like forced to me.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna do kind of like a rules light version of this, where it's more like a inside of your consciousness and its consciousness, you two are clashing your different capabilities one against another. So Quentin, since you're controlling this guy right now, this is a contest. Leo has to beat 2 out of 3 of your highest abilities. So you have
Like ability scores, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you had skill proficiencies, it would be against that. But you don't as this particular character, so it's just straight stat rolls. And you have a +1 advantage, so this is This is a clash of wills, so you can choose whatever of your abilities that you want to use first. You guys can do 2 this round and 1 next round if necessary.
Does that also add in the modifiers that are already on those abilities?
Yes.
Modifier
so,
plus
whatever-
1.
Yeah, it's a +1 in addition to. Just like in Pokemon, though, the lower health the creature is, the easier it is to capture, basically.
Let's go down the list. Start with strength. It's ability check, right?
Yep, just a straight strength check, but Quentin, you can add a +1 into your situational bonus box.
Is it just +1 in that and it'll add it?
Yeah, I don't even think you need the plus. I think you can just put a 1 in there and it'll assume it's a plus.
Okay. Oof.
Ooh, no go. The physical force of the Leo goes down in this kind of like separate conscious space where the two are facing off. Leo is forced to his one knee. Next ability.
X.
So you get 1. Leo can do this 1 per action, attack action, which he currently has 2.
Ah, okay. Not good at all. It's a nat 1.
All right, at least I beat you on that one. So we're 1-1, and then that's my turn.
Does the nat
Right.
1 do anything?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna say no. Let's see here.
Can I just take off that +1 for 1 turn?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that works. If there's a nat 20 or if there's a nat 1, it'll just mess with the modifiers on either direction, rather than like creating 2 successes or 2 failures, because that's not viable.
Yeah, I agree. I think that would be too much to be like 2 successes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So next up. Oh no, and Leo. I'd say you can choose to action surge if you have it.
Oh yeah, I do. So perfect. Let's roll the final one.
Con.
I'll use my final action. All right, con.
Oh, I don't get the +1 though.
A moment of truth.
Yeah.
Did I just give Leo something way higher in his pay grade than he should have right now?
We're about to find out.
Nice. Something super awesome.
Oh, fuck. Damn it.
Damn.
Oh no. Hey. The will clash between the two of you. And Leo, you can use inspiration if you have it and want to.
Yeah, I do. I have inspiration. I'm pretty sure. I lost it in one of my syncs, but I'm pretty sure I have it. I don't even know where it is in where you mark it in the little sheet here. I only know where to mark it in D&D Beyond.
Right above your avatar in the like top right corner of it, there's a D20 there.
There is?
Yeah,
I
there's.
don't see that.
Sheet.
There you go. Reopen your character sheet. I switched you to the tidy sheet instead of the default one.
Oh, excellent. That would be good. I had that before in the other game.
Okay, cool.
And it still hasn't swapped. I might have to refresh.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and refresh. Or maybe it's your view and my view of you is independent.
Yeah, but maybe I can fix my view. I just need to swap it to that sheet.
If it's the default
Anyways, yeah,
sheet,
well, I'm
it's a
pretty sure I
checkbox.
have inspiration. I just didn't know where to find it in the sheet. Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I gotcha.
And now I have the D20. Okay. Yeah, this is a better sheet. This is cool.
Nice.
All right, so I'll burn my inspiration.
Gotta roll a 19 or above. But it's possible.
All right. Are we doing the same dex?
It'd be a reroll con.
You get a second roll against his con, and he already rolled a 20,
con.
30.
Yep, con. There we go. Sorry. There's no way I'm gonna do it, but I might as well try.
What was that?
God.
What was that?
That's why we do it.
Nice.
That's why we roll 'em.
Burn it every time.
Thank God.
Holy shit!
That was pretty awesome.
I didn't think you'd let me use inspiration in these rolls, but I'm glad you did.
It's any d20 roll.
Yeah, that's fair. You can reroll anything.
Yep. Oh my god!
You gave him a bomb.
Leo,
Is it
describe the overall interaction between you and this creature across the 3 rolls, and how you get it to submit to your will as your newest soul summon.
So, I mean, you would just see them locked eyes, essentially. They would be, like, in this mental battle, basically neither of them moving at all.
And the weird is still, like, doing its thing where it's, like, bubbling off, like, in its idle animation.
Yeah, and it's, yeah, exactly. Kind of bouncing up a little, up and down a little bit. And you could see that as it starts to lose grip of itself, the weird kind of starts to look uncomfortable, maybe move down, maybe shrink a little bit, before it starts to break off into tiny little light orbs of red and blue. And those would slowly move towards my crystal and then start filling it with color. Until eventually there was no weird left in front of me. Oh, that weird is so cool looking. I love
So
that
cool.
animation. That art.
Get a wasp. Bring it back to the dead.
And three stars show up from your crystal with a click sound. Click. Woo!
Wait till you see this character sheet.
Oh, yep. So that guy's going in. I'm gonna put him in a different folder now.
Yeah, save him for sure. He's gonna.
Mm-hmm.
That counts as a beast. That thing does, or whatever. I guess I don't know if he needs. to
No,
be
he's
or
not restricted to just beasts.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
It could be that this class is way freaking overpowered, but admittedly, this thing is. I think we have mechanics in your class for like trying to control something that's over your power level.
Yep,
and
we do.
And this counts as that for sure.
Yeah, I think this would definitely count as that.
Yeah, this
Keep
is
on the
Ash
dead
Ketchum getting a Charizard too soon.
Yeah,
Exactly.
this is like when Ash's Charizard, like, when his Charmander evolved, like, really fast, and
Yeah.
he just couldn't control it.
And
That's
it's,
kind of that's the mechanic we kind of thought about, and we've built something similar into that, where if I don't have the mental capability to control the monster doesn't
controls
necessarily
me.
listen. You know?
Yeah.
Is that based off like your actual level?
It's
That's
based
super
on
cool, though.
it's based on its level and my level.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, get a wasp so bad. They're so strong. 19 armor? Outrageous.
That's nuts.
Yeah, that is outrageous.
They were so gnarly.
Yep. He can't get large creatures yet, though. That's
Not yet,
all the
yeah.
restrictions he has.
I have to level up a little bit before.
What level
Yeah.
is
So
large
if
at?
this
Harder
weird
than
would
10.
have, if this weird would have gotten
One size up.
more magical fire and expanded its size, you would not have been able to capture it. So you had to get it while it was medium.
That's cool.
This thing is
And
nuts.
also, you get full access to his character sheet, which here you go.
Gave him a
Nice.
bomb.
If we have to tweak it to make it work, we will. But
I think the danger is if you lose control of it, and I think we do need to like revisit the mechanics of that. I think we talked about it, but I
don't see it on the sheet either. I was looking at it.
Yeah, quick skim. I think we need to figure it out. Excuse me. But yeah, it could ignore you. It could do something other than what you told it to. It could berserk if you are not controlling it properly. So. Ooh, holy shit! Okay, so the Mog wanders over and like shakes himself off into the water to douse himself, senses the new companion to Leo, and gets a kind of an approving like head nudge from Leo and like wanting scritches like a dog. The flames are still raging. The dwarf continues to run off in the distance at this point, pretty well out of sight. There's so much smoke and tree debris and flames rolling around that you can't see it. So Leo and Shamus, what do the two of you do?
Is that dog hound thing still south of us? Can we still see that? Can I still see that?
At some point, thematically, you see it just kind of like keeping its eyes on you, like slinking off back into the fire until it disappears.
What the shite just happened there, Leo?
The elements fused together, and then I captured it. But
You got him.
What are we gonna do? Are we going to? Like, we can't control this fire.
Yeah, we've got to get the others.
Okay. Let's go then. We'll just run out of here.
We're currently like high,
We're tripping
like
balls.
looking at like where thingies are.
Thanks to Nora.
We're currently getting absolutely blasted.
Yep.
Also, he would probably fire off the final shot, put out a little bit more water, and then take the gun without any of the bullets in it. The bolts.
Bring it to Nora.
Question: what happened to the bolt that the water elemental had?
It
Just
like,
dropped.
dropped it as it was fusing.
Okay. Thank God.
Did you say his stuff recharges by itself?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. Okay. I didn't know if you had to buy new bolts or anything, because if you hadn't,
It's like at
Nora
dawn.
could make them.
Point of clarity. It's not the gun that's magical, it's the bolts. So you would have to recollect bolts and
So I'd
reload.
round him up. All right. We had the ability to round him up. No one was there protecting him. Right?
Yeah, you do. So I
round
believe
him.
you've only got one shot available to you right now, because no, you have two shots because you fired 7 times.
Yeah. Yeah. So since we had that ability, I'd go around. I'd put them all back in and be good to go. So I can still fire 2 shots off now. Even though I have the rest of the bolts back, I can't fire those for at least 24 hours, right?
You could fire them off again as just the projectile with
They
no
wouldn't have the
water
magical
threat.
effect. Gotcha.
Mhm. Yep.
Did we say that it was at dawn that it recharged? Or is it
Yeah,
at
to make it
24
easier
hours
so we
by-
don't have to keep track of time.
Yeah. Okay. So, the 3 of you, Yaslin, Dro, Nora, 3 of you have been kind of in this space, kind of just perceiving, not entirely sure of what this is. How do you proceed? Or do you stay, or is it time to go?
How long have we been down in here? I know the last thing we kind of mentioned was everybody was asking Nora if she recognized something, and I think the last thing I remember saying is usually I have Shamus for the thinking part.
Yeah, you did say that. Been in here about 15 minutes, and so far, I don't think you've been able to gather any solid information yet.
Do we still see the faces or the people in here?
Yeah, they're still milling about.
Do any of them, like, I don't know, like, spark attention or something? Like, does one stick out more than another, like, recognize, or something just feel off about a particular one?
Roll me an insight check for that.
On another note, do they seem to like
Guidance.
interact with us at all, or is it like they're completely doing their own thing?
Oh, they're interacting with you. They come up and like some of them are curious. They touch your face. Some of them are playful. Many of them just stay back. They're not interested in you at all. Some of them don't even seem to notice you. But with the 14, you see a couple. One is like a rhino person who looks disturbed and like uneasy. Something about him seems unsettled. You see him just kind of drift in and out a couple of times. Wears the same like scholarly robes of like some of the big folk in Knowledge Falls. You see another one of the very few like non-bestial humanoids, which is a kind of a tallish gnome that looks puzzled and in thought. But that's about all you can tell.
Look at the two
Did
women.
you say that they touch your faces?
They were just like,
Yeah.
They can touch us, but we can't touch them.
Yeah, and it just feels like if you're in the bathtub or a swimming pool and you like move water and like it touches your other arm. It just feels like flowing water when they touch you.
Just touching my face.
Charles gonna look at the women. Be on your guard, and he's just gonna kind of look up, cast thaumaturgy, and loudly just say hello. Is anybody there?
And they scatter like fish in a pond if you threw a rock in it. Just kind of slowly come back, and new ones float down through the little motes of light to land in the water and then become a person again. Some of them go up to the surface of the water and become a mote again. It's the same repeating pattern over and over.
And ask thaumaturgy and just say, we need help. There's a fire outside. Just constantly like on radar, looking around for anything. Obviously, as the people coming around, kind of clocking them, but if there's anybody else that isn't like these water people that are watching us. I mean, we correct me if I'm wrong, but the three of us saw people go into this waterfall.
You did.
Yeah, I was gonna say we saw footsteps heading this way, right?
Mm-hmm. And then
they
like
went
disappeared.
went invisible.
You saw progress and footsteps leading up to the waterfall itself. Yes.
There's no people in here except us and these weird water thingies.
Lily, you're kind of quiet.
I don't know. My big brain is small. She does not have the intelligence.
Again,
she's like a dinosaur. She has one small brain up top and one small brain in her tail, and that's it.
Yeah. She's like, I don't know. This is like a brain person problem. Like, I just smashed things.
Again, probably a little too close to Yaslan at this point. Thaumaturgy. Anybody from the college?
Ah!
Yeah. And just slowly back away. And as he says college, he's on the lookout for... He's not looking at the water people anymore. He's looking for anybody else.
Nora will definitely keep her eye out too. Then, as he's making these announcements, she's obviously seeing what he's, picking up what he's putting down. So she'll keep her eyes peeled as well to try to figure out if there's anybody or any response to what's happening.
Sure. Both of you give me perception checks, please.
Oh baby, I need some real dice. Let's fucking go.
Guidance.
Oh, I should have stuck to the fake dice.
I should have stuck to the
They were doing so good as the stupid, as the wasps. Did not roll great. I rolled a 7, but my perception's pretty high. 7 as well, so 14 total.
Still not bad.
Neither of you see anything that you're looking for.
Yeah, love is, if she's looking for somebody that's more of a thinker, then I usually use Shamus. I haven't noticed anything that's out of the ordinary, I guess, for whatever's happening with these ghosts.
You were down there for a little bit. Obviously, I can swim for a bit. What did you see when you went down there?
Basically everything you see from up here is just a little bit more spirits, I would say. As you go deeper, it's just more of these untouchable ghosts. I don't think there was anything else. Right, Morgan? I had a pretty good perception going down underneath. It was just, there was no, because I think I said I was looking for like a hole or an entrance, and I didn't see anything like
yeah,
that.
you were looking for something secret tunnel. Nothing down there.
It's light, like it's not dark.
No, it's actually surprisingly clear and well illuminated, like the water itself glows.
Okay. Yeah, it's got to be deep under. If we're not seeing it up here.
If you want, I can give it a go again and try. Last time I wasn't really looking for the bottom, but I can.
I mean, if you want to give it a shot, and I'm gonna cast guidance on Nora.
Yeah, sure. And then I will climb up first, and then do another swan dive in to try to get some good momentum.
Get the hell out of the way.
Going. I mean, she's pretty hardy, She gets that. She gets a running start. She's moving in.
Yep, easy enough. So go ahead and give me your perception check as you.
And guidance is a D4.
D4, yeah.
Yep.
Ooh, not that one. There we go. Oh, the D4 is super helpful. Because that's a 3 on top of my... It's an 8, I guess it's not bad, but 7, so... 7, or I guess 8 plus 8, 16.
16? Nothing that you didn't already see before.
Yeah, and I don't know how deep this goes, but she'll go pretty deep looking. Like almost confusing to them up top, being like, "Oh,
did she die?"
She did, yeah. Like almost like she could be possibly dying. But I mean, she's a pretty good swimmer, and she can hold her breath a pretty good amount of time.
Joe's gonna try to clock her as long as he can, watching her go down.
Yeah, easy enough to do. I mean, this water is clear. The bottom is a little bit of an optical illusion, just because like everything is well lit and whatnot. It's like sometimes if you've seen like the bottom of a swimming pool, because nothing is definitive, it can seem a little deeper than it actually is. You're getting the same effect here. You're like, oh, I thought that was 15 feet. Okay, now it's 20 feet. No, it's 30 feet. But like she does eventually like reach down a lower spot, kind of touch the bottom, feel around, eventually turn around and kick off the bottom and come back up.
Nothing. Didn't see anything all the way down.
Nope, sorry.
More the
As
same.
I emerged,
lots of
2 minutes
spirits
later.
floating around in there.
The symbols across the wall, we saw the moats come from that, right? Or like went up and
they seem
touched
to
it.
be going up and touching them, and some of them coming out, and there's interaction there.
Oh, man. Does any of this look magical? Like those moats coming off those icons or anything?
Arcana check.
Shit. I should have known as soon as I asked that. Guidance?
Yeah.
Like we're both like, eh? Okay.
It doesn't seem magical. Magical, it's not, like, you have some connection to magic and whatnot. However, it's not. You get a stronger pull from like your cleric abilities than like general magic. It's more, seems more spiritual than magical.
Joe doesn't know this religion shit. Okay. Thaumaturgy. Look up. So I've seen this done before, and he looks down, quickly looks at Yaslin. No, I'm not talking to myself this time. Look back up.
Okay.
Whoever is watching, because I know they are, because I can do pretty tricks, kind of like put his hand up a little bit. A little help, guidance would be nice. He has no fucking clue what he's doing.
What are you doing?
You're
I don't.
who's never prayed.
Basically, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Roll a religion check with disadvantage.
Yeah.
And the DC is high. This is not impossible.
Wow, impressive.
I don't know. I don't think. Yeah, guidance wouldn't matter.
That's about as
Yeah.
good as I was expecting.
Yeah. I'm just trying to exhaust everything.
Yeah. Yeah, and that is accurate. Not that anybody else knows this. But yeah, you're a cleric and you have magical abilities.
I don't know where they came from.
You don't know where they come from. You don't have a relationship with the deity. So like, this is weird and new and awkward.
To also note, just for Yaslin, due to us traveling, I don't remember how long we agreed it was, but whatever. You've never seen Dro do this, ever.
Yeah, this is. I don't even freaking know what Dro's doing right now. Jazz is like, is this Dro?
She's like, are you pooping? Like,
Yeah, so, like,
you
the
hurting
bear
yourself?
looks like, are you good, Dro? Like, looking a little,
definitely
rough
just
over
thinking of a
there.
little bit of like Jester Lavore, be like,
Walk over and smack him across the face. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Just shake.
Come on.
Get a hold of yourself.
What are you doing?
stop it! Whatever you're doing, stop it!
I don't like it.
Can I? Maybe this is going too far, but can I completely cut off vision? So close my eyes, fully focus on sound. Listen to the rushing water. Listening to anything. If I hear footsteps above us, obviously I'm going to hear the waterfall. But maybe with my training, and kind of hone in on something that sticks out that shouldn't be in this environment. Does that make sense?
Yeah, go ahead and
Us, yes.
roll a perception. Roll a perception check. And because of your monkness, I'll give you advantage on this.
Your monkness.
Yep.
Guidance as well or no?
Yeah, you're doing this on purpose, very much so on purpose.
That 20.
Sure. So at 23, you kind of get yourself over to this island. Oh, it's not letting me ping. But you get yourself over to a dry island, like sit down, think, rest, close your eyes. You start to listen, turning off your other perceptions to listen, and eventually you realize that listening needs to be turned off as well. And instead you feel. And there is an incredibly subtle undercurrent through the water. Like the sound of the waterfalls, the little running water that trickles, the burbles. It's like there's a soundtrack playing underneath them that is the sound of many repeated prayers and sermons, salutations, farewells. This place echoes with the thoughts and feelings of those who have given funeral rites here.
Like, kind of prayers like a lost one has passed away. Kind of is just listening to those.
Yeah, you're hearing layers and layers and layers and layers of those. It's a little hard to make through, but you rolled really high. You start to recognize what they are.
I think, well, depending on if Nora... Okay, so question for Nora and Yazlam. What are you guys doing? Because
this is taking Dro a while. This is probably like 10 minutes of work.
Because if they're watching, they would notice something.
100%. She's just staring at him like he's some weird alien right now. Just like, what is he doing?
Yeah, if Nora hasn't hung out with Dro near as much, so she would probably assume this is normal, and does Shamus have anything kind of long casty ritual type stuff, or no?
Even if Shamus doesn't, you're aware of the practice from that other people do, even if you've never witnessed it yourself, you know of it.
Yeah, so she'll just assume it's either praying or some type of casting of some sort, and she'll fuck off. She'll climb back up top here, and she'll go looking around for any evidence of any footprints or anything that she has clearly, in her head, missed, all the way to the very front of the place, where if it takes long enough, she might even honestly leave and go try to see if there's an entrance somewhere else that she missed, depending on how long it takes.
Are you going for perception, investigation, or or survival?
If I get the choice, either perception or survival.
Okay, yeah, it depends on how you want to approach your search.
Then probably survival, because like I said, I'm looking for more tracks or something that leads somewhere that she obviously has missed.
All right, go ahead and roll for that.
Oh, that's not bad. Like 17.
17? Okay, you do notice that the most fresh tracks, there are tracks that come and go up in here. Doesn't seem like a highly trafficked place consistently, but you do see a grouping of tracks that have come in probably within the last 2 or 3 days or something. And there was a drag mark, or you notice a heaviness to footfalls, or at least some of them heading in one direction. And And then like those same footfalls, those same boot patterns are lighter coming the way back.
And where does it lead, or where does it run to? And it's obviously not us, right? Like, that'd be really weird.
Yeah, no. It's oops, that's the wrong thing.
Looking for a ping.
It does follow kind of over here.
All the way back
And
to where we're at.
it looks like there's a bunch of just general standing in this kind of space down below.
And then lighter trucks come back. Okay.
Okay. And about this time is after Nora's like climbs all the way back up, does her tracking, follows it back down. Dro is coming out of his meditation.
Can we retcon real quick what Yaslin would have saw during that?
Okay.
I think there'd be a point if she was watching him. Couple minutes go by. Solid, like your standard like monk meditation kind of thing. And then there's a flinch of just like he kind of flinches a little bit. And then again. And you could swear he says something under his breath. And then...
And in those flinches, if you've ever like had a light bulb in a room like flicker, and it's so fast and it's just one time that you wonder if you just blinked and like noticed yourself blinking. There's like he goes darker, like he's like suddenly he's in a room with like a lot more shadow to it, and just like
eventually when he comes out, processing, connecting kind of what this is, what he was hearing, he looks over at Yaslin, just kind of giving this look
Two big owl eyes. Two big owl eyes.
Just looks at her, gives her a motion, and he dives into the water.
What?
And he sits underwater and begins to give his own farewell prayer to a
head under to see.
To a certain someone. Morgan, you may know who I'm talking about. Nobody's around him anymore. He's just staring down into that light. Not full on speaking because he's going to choke underwater, but just speaking to himself and giving a farewell that he was not given before.
I'd roll one more religion check with advantage.
I can never find religion where to go. This.
Okay, 13. There's a small moat that comes from the middle of your chest. The only moat in the entire space that is kind of reddish, purplish, black. And you hear kind of a soft giggle in your ears only, kind of like rippling through the water. And you feel a sense of relief. It's not all the way, but it's something, it's a little piece. And as you take that moment to just kind of breathe as your chest feels less heavy than it kind of has in quite a while. You can't hear this, but you feel it, like something in the water is vibrating It's like subsonic sound that is moving the space around you rather than actually registering to the range of hearing that you can process. Like an earthquake being sensed in instinct in your feet before the shaking sound hits your ears. Which, by the way, is a real thing. Utah had a bunch of earthquakes like 20 miles from my house a couple of years ago, and I learned to do that. I could pick up an earthquake before 20, 30 seconds before it actually showed up. It was freaky. Kept me on edge for like a year.
And dogs can do that too.
Yeah, right? And this vibration is not happy. There's something that kind of pulls at the third or fourth vertebra down from your neck directly in between your shoulder blades, and you turn around in the water and you see 5 red lights, almost like diamonds, kind of creating an upside down V shape. 5 red lights that are emanating an intense anger towards you.
Is this
And that good feeling that you had is kind of blasted away as you receive an emotional punch that can only be described as a warning. And the lights fade away.
Is this familiar? Or is this...
You have absolutely no fucking clue what just happened.
Immediately to himself, well, the other one. Is that you?
And in this space, Yaslin, you hear a different voice emerge. You kind of like hear Dro's thoughts ricochet up through the water. And you hear another voice respond. That sounds like what?
Oh, God. Oh.
Oh, gross.
Oh my gosh! Let's go. I've been watching you.
You would hear Yaslin's traveled with Dro for a while, so you can pick up on ideally what he sounds. The cocky, kind-hearted individual. And you hear a more kind of lower tone Dro. All, did you say energy is gone? The cockiness is there, but it comes off not as jokingly, more of this guy's an asshole. He is selfish, and you can get that from the voice that you hear from him. I think you would only get that because you've traveled and only known Dro.
Oh.
You would hear, "Darling, you up there?"
Oh no! What? God!
And that's where we're gonna end for the evening.
Oh my gosh!
No, that's terrifying! No.